Anti-derivative Jill.
There she is. There she is.
Welcome to Jill's.
Kill! But I feel like celebrating.
You know, I really wish they'd let us play music up here. Make these long trips go by a lot faster.
It's against regulations.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They just don't want us having a dance party when a proximity alert goes off.
See, that's a dumb reason. Because we'd already be on our feet, ready for action.
Saddle up. Lock and load.
Greetings and felicitations.
Hello and welcome to my membership stream. It is, I mean, obviously, you know I'm anti-derivative Jill. And
I'm Scotty R37.
I've been really
Jill
sick.
needs a cough drop.
And I need a cough drop. It's membership stream number 14. I meant to have a membership stream on, Wednesday the 4th, but that turned into a different stream. I ended up having a really fun For All Mankind stream with Robert Meyer Burnett, and it was totally worth it. But then it meant that I wanted to move my membership stream to the next Wednesday, but I couldn't do it then because I was deathly ill. I had the flu, and it was really bad. And you're still hearing the effects of it now. I don't actually feel so bad anymore, though. It's a little bit nauseated. Anyway,
That's my fault.
yeah, that's Scott's fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just here today to talk about anything you want to talk about, and just have fun, hang out for an hour or two.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of Monday. Yeah, right? Nobody's expecting this on a Monday. Well, the reason why I'm not having it on Wednesday is because I have a special family event tomorrow, so I can't do my Twilight Zone tomorrow. And so then I have to do my Twilight Zone on Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be my very first Twilight Zone stream. So it can't be my membership stream.
The holidays are always hectic.
Yeah, things are bouncing around. Everyone is lost except for Scotty. I'm glad you found your way.
I did.
Yeah. I hope Max is still here. Max, are you still around?
What do you mean? Like Max, I saw that and I was like, yo, I'm not a drama king.
You can be, but not in that particular instance.
That's right.
I suppose that you aren't lost. We just need to open the store.
And you did.
Well, yeah, you had to call me.
Mm-hmm.
More time for coffee. I thought about coffee, but I thought maybe tea would be better.
Well, dairy's no good. Not when you've got some throat issues. Hey, Stone Racket's here. What's going on?
Hello, Stone Racket. Welcome to the panel.
Uh-oh. Jill, you don't sound good.
No, I don't.
Oh, dear.
But she looks great.
Oh, yes. And Scotty, you look good and you sound good. I'm glad you haven't had any of this creeping crud that's been going around. I had it last week, and Jill's had it. When did it start, Jill?
Last week.
Oh, last week? Doggone it. We both had the same.
She got it on her birthday.
Oh, that's terrible. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Eventually, I'll feel well enough to celebrate it.
Yes, indeed. I see it's snowing out.
Yeah, it's snowing. I don't get snow where I live. But
yeah, you live in down
pretend.
south, you know.
All I get is this pretend gift snow. This is all I get.
Yeah, we had on Saturday we had freezing rain. So it was quite treacherous to go outside, or even
Slippery.
very, very slippery. And so I didn't get my Amazon delivery, but the U.S. mail, by golly, that was delivered. It's like, nothing's going to stop them, right?
Right. The U.S. mail, through sleet or snow,
That's
Yeah.
right.
they'll deliver your mail.
Well,
And
and
so-
when it comes to, oh, hey, Stark of Iron, Tony, what's up, yo?
Yeah, hi, Stark of Iron. Yeah, no, I think we were leading into talking about your mail, but I do need to welcome Wes
Wes
Cagle.
Cagle.
Wes Cagle, who is not a merry man.
How's it going, everybody?
Good. How are you, sir?
Well, the voice is finally starting to get back. I've had the same thing. All you guys have been going with the same thing Jill had. That stupid flu, and my voice
still have
hasn't
it right
recovered.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
that's-
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Yeah, I got
I
my voice.
really am.
I got my voice back on Saturday.
It's been 2 weeks, and I've been waiting for my voice to get back to normal.
Oh dear.
Yeah, brutal. This was a brutal one.
Well, at least we're getting it out of the way before the Christmas holiday, so that's a good thing.
Oh, and it's great. I'm glad to hear that things are on the up and up, Tony, who says in the chat, I'll be having my housewarming party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm
No
glad.
way. That's great news. I'm so glad you figured everything out. That's good. That's really awesome.
What did he have to figure out?
Well,
Have you ever seen
well,
Titanic?
first of all, yes.
he had a
basically-
flood. I can
Oh.
make jokes like that because I've
He-
also had a flood.
Oh
Two of
dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. How are his kitty cats doing?
Oh, that's
Well-
the bad news. He had to rehome all of them.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
At least they're all safe, but he
Yeah.
doesn't get to have his babies anymore.
Because of where he had to move to?
Yeah.
Oh.
He had
Bummer.
he had someone generous enough to give him space, but they don't have enough space for the cats.
Hey, Poopus.
Mm.
Snorta Poopus Q Bird
Snorter
is in the chat.
Poopus.
Snortapoopus. Hey. How are you doing? How are you doing today? You saying hi to everybody?
Except Stone Racket.
Oh, did I say hi to Matt G?
Matt G.
Hey, Matt G.
I think I forgot to say hi to Matt G because he keeps pestering me to talk about unification. So should we? Have you guys talked about that? I mean, that came out a while back, but I was just so sick and everything crazy was happening. I just never got around to talking about it.
Well, I think you and I have had private conversations about it. Like not live. What did you guys obviously saw the sort of heartwarming coda to Generations, whatever that was. I don't know. People have been building a narrative around it. I didn't see the narrative in the story that I saw because it seems like a visual tone poem, but it's with Sam Witwer.
Yes,
and
that's what I said. It's like a poem.
the Otoy unification where they recreate William Shatner circa not only Generations era, but Wrath of Khan era and original series. Did you guys get a chance to check it out and see it? I know we're going to do like a full breakdown with like slides and everything, but just generally, what did you guys think of it?
I saw it. I watched it. I was, I had seen, must have been, I don't know, 10 different people reviewing it, including the Critical Drinker
Yeah.
and many other people, and it was built up to be this huge. I was so excited, and then I watched it, and I was like, "That's it." I was kind of disappointed because of all the huge buildup. It was good. Don't get me wrong; it was good. It's just that I was disappointed because I was expecting this big, huge, emotional, and it just wasn't exactly that for me. The ending was very good. The very ending was very good, but I don't know. I was a little deflated because it had been built up so much.
Well, yeah, there's no dialogue in it at all, so there's no intellectualism really. It's all very ethereal, and it is emotional. That's the one thing is I could find was there was emotion, but it feels kind of unreal to me.
Stone Racket, did you get a chance to see it?
The only thing I saw is the one that with Spock putting the whatever that was. What was it he put on the grave, I guess?
Oh, right. When he picks up
That's the only one I saw. I haven't seen somebody put I think there's 3 different videos and they put them all in one video. And I have that downloaded, but I have yet to watch the whole thing. Sorry to say, I've been pretty busy and pretty sick and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I've been pretty busy and sick too. I saw it before I got sick, though.
Yeah, I wish I had checked the whole thing out before now, because I don't have really much to say, unfortunately. But
well, and
that's
I did.
Okay. It just feels like a weird Nexus dream to me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is the thing that I find most interesting is that, like, I've been, heck, I was the one who wanted to review Generations just because I do really enjoy that movie. And a lot of people were crapping all over Generations for the longest time. And then this thing, which it feels like a Coda, Kirk going into the afterlife kind of thing. And it's very emotional. It's not intellectual. It's not Star Trek. If anything, it does reflect more of the new Trek stuff in terms of making you feel things as opposed to ideas, unless you want to get into, as you mentioned, Jill, like the ethereal afterlife perspective of it. But everyone who has said that they don't like the emotional aspect of new Trek just couldn't bend over backwards hard enough to say how good this thing was. And while it did touch me emotionally, I was like, that's just more of this era of Star Trek, which is, I'm not the biggest adversary to new Trek. There's parts that I hate, and there's parts that I'm okay with. And this is just another part that I'm okay with. So it's very interesting where people pick and choose their a la carte menu and they say, oh, I like this. Why? Shatner, jangly keys. Great. Good for you. So again, I'm going to be a gatekeeper and say that the people who say that they don't like certain aspects of Star Trek and yet they enjoyed this beyond all get out are kind of just, I don't know, going back on what they've said previously.
And I think it's only because, not necessarily jangly keys of Shatner, but the respect that he exists.
Well,
like all of the rest of New Trek has said, it doesn't exist, and we're gonna put up a poster and not put Shatner on the poster and everything, and so that this was the antithesis to that. But it does just feel like a afterlife. Kind of.
And technically, it's done very, very well.
But the thing is, it can't be anything else, because why the hell is Gary Mitchell there?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, in terms of the narrative that Otoy has done, it is very much flashes of things. Like, what's the name of the redhead chick from? Is it from The Cage or is it from
Yeoman Colt?
That's her.
Yeah.
Like, what is she doing there? No one knows. No one knows.
That was my other question. Just like, I think the answer is these two people were alive and they were able to be part of it.
And again,
there's Colt.
And I do love it. Like, I think it's great as an emotional finality to see the reuniting or unification of Spock, who is he has to be in the Kelvin universe because that's where Spock Prime died. Like all of this is something that it's like, oh, they finally did what New Trek couldn't do. And it's like, but it is New Trek. It is a co-production of Paramount Pictures. Like this is, I don't like Rod Roddenberry. Who's the executive producer on Unification? Rod Roddenberry. Oh, okay. Like, I don't get it. It's like when I've seen, again, friend of the channel, Robert Meyer Burnett go ape nuts about New Trek, and that he'll still be through the moon with Picard season 3. And it's like, if you're going to pick and choose from the buffet, don't yell at one end of the buffet while you're enjoying the other. It's like, you can have your cake and eat it too in this particular instance, but it just seems, I don't want to say hypocritical because that seems too strong, but it just seems flaky.
Well, it is hypocritical, but that's human nature, Scotty. You know that. We are going to pick and choose what we want. That's our failings.
No, absolutely. But like they bring back Robin Curtis as Saavik, and then it's implied that the Vulcan behind her is Spock and Saavik's son. And
see, I didn't catch that.
Neither did I.
That wasn't something that my brain said. Oh, that's Spock's son. Oh.
Like, no, I didn't get that either. I had to watch analysis to get that. And I was like, oh, okay. But that's all, like, again, this is all beta canon apocrypha.
Again,
where's the son of Spock and Zerabeth?
Oh, trap in the past.
Yeah, I had heard that Gary Mitchell was in this unification thing. I'm like, what? And that was one aspect that kind of, I guess, kept me away from watching it.
Would you call me Wonka?
Hey, welcome,
hey,
Max Redstone.
He's a Dalek.
Well, and of course, the worst part of this whole thing is they had to throw in some Star Trek Discovery dinosaur creature thing. I don't know.
A dinosaur creature thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, there's
Discovery.
What's his name? Ensign Yor or Lieutenant Yor. And he was from the Kelvin universe and brought into one of the seasons, I think one of the future seasons, like season 3 of Discovery.
And I never made it that far. Like, I didn't watch past season 2, so I had no idea who this guy was.
Well, if they wanted a lizard thing, they should have brought in a Gorn.
I know.
Well, yeah, but look what they've done to the Gorn.
I don't know.
Right. They're xenomorphs.
What have they done? What you mean in New Trek? They've done something?
In Strange New Worlds. But even to a certain extent, they did it in Enterprise. Didn't they do it in Enterprise? They brought the Gorn back and they made them into... Yeah.
Yeah. And so they redesigned them. They should keep the classic design. Like, what happened to the Dalek?
Here, he's back. He's back.
Oh, there he is.
Look who's back.
He says he switched to his computer.
Hello. Max, what were your thoughts on Unification? The O-Toy short.
Hello.
Hi.
What were your thoughts on Unification?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, so we're both in the same boat. I've only seen,
but I've seen a lot of little clips.
Yeah, is it the first part of Unification with the one with Spock, or is that the conclusion?
You know, I'm gonna duck out and get to my home computer. I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay,
we'll see you in a few bits.
In terms of like Unification, obviously is the 2-part episode with Spock in Next Generation.
Yeah. So that's a little confusing.
Oh, you are correct. Yeah, that is right. I forgot about that.
And
but
so
oh, I'm sorry. The part where Spock is at Kirk's grave, where is that in the? I mean, it's like three parts that were edited together, and I was just wondering where that fit in. Is that the ending or?
No, that's the beginning, because that
the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, that sort of shows the recovery efforts of getting the saucer section from Veridian 3. And then Spock does go to the grave of Kirk and then picks up the Starfleet badge,
The Starfleet badge, yeah.
and then shows his reaction to Kirk being dead. And then there's a follow-up. Did I see the second one? I don't know if I saw the second one. Again, these are all just like sort of emotional visual effects, proof of concept. No one's really talking. It's just a sense of feeling behind it. And then this one is Kirk, who walks into something that looks like the Garden of Eden. There's a lot of people there. You don't recognize any of them except for Saavik. And then he walks up to the lizard man, who's in a season 1 Next Generation uniform. And apparently that's Lieutenant Yor or Ensign Yor, and gives Kirk back his badge. Then he passes into this weird realm, and he sees himself younger. It's almost like the end of 2001, where Bowman is in that room and he sees himself progressing through his ages, and they give each other knowing, like there are 3 Kirks. There's Kirk from TOS, there's Kirk from Generations, and Kirk from Wrath of Khan. And they all look at each other sort of knowingly. And then Generations Kirk walks through a passage of light or whatever, and ends up in a room with Spock, who is on his presumably deathbed. And they sort of do a Star Trek The Motion Picture, this one simple feeling handhold, and they watch the sunset together, presumably as Spock dies. And it is emotional, confusing, abstract, and technically beautiful. Like, it does make you feel feelings, but does it make any sort of scientific or science fiction sense? No, not at all. Now, I've seen
it's definitely either a nexus or an afterlife kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the reason they don't talk is that Paramount, they're still working on getting the voices, and then Paramount needs to give them final permission to use voices, but apparently that's just around the corner from what I heard. But
and William Shatner was a producer on the short.
Cool.
It's full involvement of Star Trek. Like, it is.
Yeah, that's I'm glad that he was involved. I didn't realize that. That's good news.
Yes. Well, and one of the big things. Yeah. Well, no, he was not. He was not there. No, it's digital. It's a digital mask.
No, I know, but I thought that Captain Kirk was played by William Shatner and Sam Witwer. Like, I know it's a CGI overlay. I know I'm not literally seeing Shatner as he is currently today, but he's in it. His face is used for it. And his eyes are moving in it.
But
what's kind of weird and eerie about this thing.
There's a bunch of really cool interviews. I know. What is it? It's not What Culture. Yeah, no, it is What Culture. So Trek Culture. They had an interview with Sam Witwer. Sam Witwer was on X saying, "Thank you, Mr. Shatner, for your participation and cooperation and inspiration." It's Sam Witwer's performance and William Shatner as a digital mask. So it isn't. He was never on set, which I thought he was. Like, and to its credit, like to Sam Witwer's credit, the performance is impeccable, even with the digital prosthetic, if you will. But again, like it is something that when I watch Generations from now on, I'm going to watch that after the end credits, but it's more of an emotional coda than it is anything else.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a Christmas card, and so I think that pretty well covers it. So
if you haven't seen it, I recommend it, and then please, we're gonna go and take a look.
Do we need to though? I think we did it perfectly already. I could just cut.
Well, if you don't want to make slides, it's your jam.
Well, I mean, but what more are slides gonna do?
It's gonna be pictures of Shatner. And who doesn't like pictures of Shatner?
Well, and pictures of Yeoman Colt. No.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
There is one more thing that I wanted to say is that Gary Lockwood, who played Gary Mitchell,
Yeah.
not Gary Lockwood.
Yeah, Gary
Gary
Lockwood
Lockwood?
portrayed
Yes, you're
Gary
right.
Mitchell. Yeah.
And he played the original, and they did the same thing. His performance at the beginning of the Unification short is actually Gary Lockwood doing it.
Excellent.
So, again, it's interwoven throughout Star Trek. Like it huge ups to like I think that if they could credit someone from Legacy Trek, they did. Like the Okudas are in there. I think the Michael
Mike and
Westmore.
Denise.
Yeah. Like it is a love letter. Like it's I would say it's official. People have been calling it a fan film and saying, oh, this fan film is better than any Star Trek that's come out since 2005. And it's like, well, it's not a fan film. It is officially sanctioned, produced, and distributed by Paramount through Otoy. So I don't want to say, if I were to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm giving it like a 5 or a 6. It's about as good as Generations.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I would too. That seems about right. But oh.
Anyway,
got
it's
too
interesting.
much- it's got too much new Trek in it.
Well, if you
I'm
subscribe to
glad
the
it made some people
735,
happy.
if you
Yeah,
subscribe to the
I do.
735, then everything after 2005 is new Trek.
That's right.
This is just fun. It's just
Mm-hmm.
fun. And there's nothing wrong with fun.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, and I'm not gonna. It made a lot of people happy, so I'm not gonna be too mean to it or anything. But I want to thank Matt G for giving $1. Thank you
Matt G.
for finally talking about unification.
There we go. Thanks
He's
for
been
the
waiting
loony.
for weeks.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm glad people liked it. I liked it, but the more it's one of those things where the more you think about it, the less it warms my cockles and more just seems like a pleasant oddity or an addendum. It's like remember those Shatner books, like Ashes of Eden and The Return, and like those novels where it's basically fan fiction, ghost written by Judith and Garfield Reeves Stevens. It's like that.
Yeah. Well, I need to
Which
read
is
more Star
rad.
Trek novels.
Oh, well, I would highly recommend the Shatnerverse. They're just fun.
I think I did buy the first one. I had Federation.
Ashes of Eden is kind of it is a bit of a downer, but then when you get to The Return, he just pulls out all the stops, and all of a sudden it's like the Romulans kidnapped the body of Kirk and then gave it to the Borg, and he becomes Tiberius of Borg or something like that, and it's
So are these about Kirk, or are they written by Shatner?
well, again, ghost written by, like it says, by William Shatner, but it's basically like he outlined the story, and then Judith and Garfield Reed Stevens did the actual writing of the book. Tony's coming up. That'll be rad.
Yeah. Done with breakfast. I'll be up shortly, says Tony. That's great news. I'm so glad you're doing better.
Absolutely.
There's touch and go there.
Well,
And it'll make everybody happy to see that you're back on your feet too.
Yeah. In other news, I know you're not much of a superhero person.
That's okay.
Bill,
That's okay.
but
This is for anything.
James Gunn just tweeted a motion poster on X for the new Superman movie, and apparently there's going to be a teaser trailer on Thursday.
A motion picture, like a GIF.
Yeah, it's like it's a poster that moves. It's kind of cool. I'm excited for Superman no matter what. I just hope it's more hopeful and not one that's sad and grumpy.
One that's ready to hold up truth and justice in the American way, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my Superman. Christopher Reeve.
I've come to not expect a lot. I've come to not expect a lot from Hollywood these days. So if it just is average and meh, I'll be excited.
Oh. I don't know. I still, it's one of the. I will know how I feel about it once I watch the film itself, but Superman always gives me hope. I remember going to Superman Returns. I think that was one of the first modern 3D experiences that I actually saw. And I was pleased with it at the time. And then in subsequent viewings, I've been like, this is kind of it's dull and it's a bit sad. Considering it was supposed to be the direct sequel to Superman 2. But, and then when I saw Man of Steel, I was overwhelmed by how much destruction there was. And I was like, this doesn't seem like Superman. And then obviously with the Henry Cavill, I think that he's physically great. And I think his performance is great, but I found the Snyderverse a little dour. So I'm kind of looking for a little hope.
Yeah, that's same here, and I a lot is resting on Gunn's shoulders, and he better not screw this up because we wanted a Superman in the the classic mold, the blue Boy Scout, and or hopeful as you put it, because basically to oversimplify, Superman is in the broad sunlight in the bright sunlight, and Batman is at after midnight in the dark. And it's like I just I want the bright sunlit joy and hope type Superman.
Yeah, so have there been any clips released at all yet, or are they?
Well, Scotty just said that there's going to be a teaser trailer released this Thursday.
Okay. Because I'm curious to know if we're gonna get, like you guys said, the Christopher Reeves type Superman, or we're gonna get that washed out color deprived
I hope not
nonsense from the other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the interviews that James Gunn has given is that's his jam when it comes to Superman, is that he prefers the hopeful, bright, and heroic, for lack of a better term, Superman. And so I'm hoping for it. I did see, I forget who posted it. I want to say it was Comic Relief Crusader, but someone posted a possible leak, like an early, and it's Monday, it's coming out on Thursday. Of course, it could be absolutely the leak of the teaser. And that had the John Williams Superman theme.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's kind of, a lot of the fans are saying you've got to use the John Williams theme somewhere, and it's like, I hope they do, but don't give any more spoilers for the teaser. If you have more to say about it, well, I don't know. I don't want it ruined.
No, I won't. You're right.
Yeah, but that I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm glad that they're putting a little something out before Christmas even. And but Gavin Blackburn said here, I remember going to Superman in '78, and so do I, because I was 19.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey,
everybody.
Or should I call you Batman? Because Batman's name is, never mind.
Call me what?
Welcome, Bruce. Hello.
I was going to call you Batman.
It's right. His name is Bruce.
Yes. How are you, sir?
I'm well. I just got off work, just got cleaned up, getting ready to work on this giant spider.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, look at that spider. It's a Shelob. No.
They actually call it Arkoff the Ancient, which there's a lot of different images with different paint jobs. I'm really fond of it.
Cool.
Well, and Bruce, I'm assuming you're Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division.
That I am.
Superman 78 and Superman 2 are really undervalued by modern audiences. I agree.
I love those movies.
Me too. I am as old as Superman 1, which makes me happy.
Yeah, I remember going to see the first Superman, and I saw it at a sneak preview, and then when it went out wide release the following week, I treated my whole family to see it. And I remember my father looking at his watch a lot during the first part of the movie. But once we got to Metropolis and it started to be more lighthearted, he relaxed and stopped looking at his watch and started to enjoy the movie. But I like the fact that it's basically 3 films kind of combined. You know, you have this almost Shakespearean opening on Krypton, and then you have the, you know, Norman Rockwell kind of, you know, Smallville, and then you have kind of a send up, more humorous aspect, and a little more comic book there. And once we hit Metropolis, and but I really love that film. It's Christopher Reeve is Superman, as they used to say. Sean Connery is James Bond.
Yeah.
But yeah, in fact, speaking of Sean Connery and Christopher Reeve consulted Sean Connery because he was afraid of being typecast as Superman. He wanted to talk to Connery about, you know, hey, you know, how did you avoid being typecast? And Connery just said, just make sure you do completely different films in between your Superman films, like he did with the James Bond series. And he said he'd be all right. So,
Tony.
Hello, welcome, Tony.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi, Tony.
Wow.
Both Jill and Scotty were catching me up on what happened. I'm very sorry that all that had to hit you all at once there, and I'm glad you're back on your feet, though. It's
well, I'm not totally on my feet just yet.
You're getting there, though.
Still got a lot.
Warming a house.
But I will have a housewarming party tonight. Links will be sent out.
Sweet.
7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. So it'll be like a Monday start party, probably with still a lot less drinking. I don't have much to drink, if any at all. So, but I just want to hang out with everybody, hopefully entertain, sing a few songs, do a few bits, whatnot. And
that'll be lovely. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you're around. And
you're recovering. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Huh?
How do you feel?
Conflicted. Not in my A game, in my headspace, but gotta earn those supers, gotta earn those memberships. It's my only source of income still at the current time, outside of a few odd jobs here and there.
I have too many jokes.
Hand,
blow. No, never mind.
I'll be keeping you in my prayers, sir.
Appreciate it. Everybody's been praying for me. A lot of people have supported me as well financially. You guys are the best. I was able to pay my rent and move in without any hitches and all that good stuff. Am I coming through okay audio wise? Is everything?
You sound great.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, you sound great.
Well, that's a relief. I thought there'd be some issues that I'd have to take care of.
See? You sound fine. You sound normal.
Yeah. That's good. Good to see you, Hank.
Well, that's good. Good. Everything's working out fine. But I'll jaw with you for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Glad to hear from you.
Well, I have to clear my throat, and that requires jawing with people. So.
Well, okay. I'm glad I'm a part of the for your later show.
I had to. I'm fucking with you, Joe. I love you, Joe.
It's funny because you're demanding that we get vocal. Jill over there has got that absolute adorable, like, oh my god, I want to take care of her voice.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
not. You're not doing it intentionally. We know Jill, but like most guys hear a friend of theirs sick, and they're like, "Oh God, let me just go sit on the couch. I'll go make you some."
Here I am going, come on, let's scream.
I think she sounds like Kathleen Turner.
Like every guy wants to bed Kathleen Turner.
Well, in either ink and paint or flesh form, yes. I'm a Jessica Rabbit fan.
Ink and paint. Oh.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
I really liked her off of Romancing the Stone.
Oh yeah, Joan Wilder.
Oh my God, Miss Wilder was the hottest thing I'd seen in '84, and I was just starting to get that little tingle down in my hips, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be hitting the growth spurt soon, and I was like, oh, she's beautiful.
Neurons have been activated, sir.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, yeah, this
Gavin
is
Blackburn's.
yeah.
Like
Oh, go ahead.
Janeway. That I sound like a less coarse Janeway. That's funny. I've got to step away for just a little bit.
Okay.
You guys talk about something,
Yeah,
and I'll be right back.
Are you drinking anything hot, like tea, broth?
Yes, I've got some green tea here.
Good.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, green tea. It's been keeping Asians smoking for thousands of years. It's got more vitamin C than an entire orange, and it's an anti-carcinogen. So green tea, get it in you.
Is it your name is Bruce, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, Bruce, you were talking about Kathleen Turner in '84. For me, it was it was a Catwoman in 1966.
Which one? There was 3 of them.
It's the original Julie Newmar.
Okay.
I was about to say, poor Julie Newmar. She went from Catwoman to Cat Lady in an Old Point Ernest movie.
Oh,
which one?
Julie Newmar, the original.
No,
Catwoman.
but which movie?
Ernest Scared Stupid. She was
Yeah,
the lady collecting the junk, the mystic.
Never seen it.
Never seen it.
Yeah, basically the thought process is, went from Catwoman to Cat Lady. Nice.
Huh.
Her hair's all disheveled and stuff, and she's acting like a complete loon and is hoarding a bunch of scrap metal around her front yard. And I'm like, ha, Cat Lady.
If she just had the ability to put a few catalytic converters in the front yard, I would have bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting. And
that is
out
a
of the
lovely
3,
spider you have there, Bruce.
I'm a Lee Merriweather fan myself.
Sorry.
No, it's a lovely spider. It's a good spider. It's a Klendathu spider, which is a bug planet, an ugly planet.
It's an ugly planet, a bug planet,
a planet filled with
Love that movie.
Love it.
Would you like to know more?
No, that's something.
Back when you had to double click everything with your mouse, so it even did the double click on the screens. Like, would you like to know more?
That was rad. So good. I'm surprised we haven't done a review of that on Jill's channel.
There's a player versus horde game based on Starship Troopers where they can load like hundreds, if not thousands, of enemy bugs on the screen. It's very Helldivers-esque. Looks pretty good. I mean, you can't run it on my machine, unfortunately, but I'd love to give it a poke at some point.
That would be cool. It would be kind of like Alien. There were 2 Alien movies or 2 Alien video games that came out last year.
You're right. There's only 2 Alien movies, sir.
Yeah. Well, no, I like Alien 3, but we don't have to get into that right now. No, but there were 2 games that came out, and one was Elite Force, which was more of a either first or third person shooter, and then there was an RTS real-time strategy game that was an aliens based. I'm a fan of the YouTube channel Alien Theory, and he goes into incredible detail when it comes to that entire franchise. And he said he played both. He did live streams playing both games and really enjoyed them.
Stand-up fight, sir.
Not another bug hunt.
Another bug hunt. Gavin Blackburn Blackburn says about Kathleen Turner. She looked great in The Man with Two Brains, except at the end. She looked fine before that.
Was that even Kathleen Turner, or was that her in a fat suit?
That was her in a fat suit.
Okay, because even her in a fat suit, I managed to get moderately happy.
Okay.
On repeated
He had a full-on robot chubby. All right.
I'm that much of a stupid, hopeless romantic. Kathleen Turner gained an extra 30 pounds. I don't care. Come to daddy.
Well, she played Chandler's daddy in Friends.
Oh.
I don't know what the implications of that are. But no, I was absolutely in love with Kathleen Turner. And I've been on the hunt for the longest time to get the movie Undercover Blues, which is Kathleen Turner and Dennis Quaid. And they're spies, but they're a married couple and they have a baby. And so basically they go around and they're loving parents and a loving married couple. And Dennis Quaid has the charm turned up to like 20 on a scale from 1 to 10. And Kathleen Turner is just charming as all get out. And I've been looking for that. It's an out of print DVD. I'm sure that it's piratable, but I'm not. I'm more of a physical media guy.
What's the name of this movie again?
Undercover Blues. But I remember seeing it once. I rented it from my local video store, saw it, loved it. And then as time has gone on, I think it only got like a very limited, it was not a success. It was a bomb. It's got a young Stanley Tucci in it as like a henchman. I forget who plays the bad guy in it. But yeah, it's like an action adventure comedy. And it's about a family. It's great. It's I think it was a Touchstone picture, if I'm not mistaken. So subsidiary of Disney. Anyway.
Touchstone Pictures.
I know.
Yeah, Scotty, I just looked up the movie on eBay, and there's Blu-rays of Undercover Blues.
Hey, West.
$17.22, $18.99.
That's not bad.
And then those are pre-owned, but there's one for $30 that's brand new.
Oh, that's wicked. Thank you.
I got a Prime Blu-ray. I'm going to copy the link for you and put it into the private chat because
I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
West, I hear that you're sounding better too. I've missed everybody. I just wanted
a little bit. The voice still ain't great, but
well, I'm hoping that you can hang out with me later on tonight.
I'll be there. I'll be there at least a little bit. Yeah. I'll be there for at least a little bit. I've got some stuff to take care of this evening, but I'll be there for a while at least.
It's a Stark party. You know how long those go.
Oh yeah.
Pardon my typing. See, it's different though because and I do appreciate it. See, this is the disparity of Amazon.com versus Amazon.ca. It's like it's 30. Basically, it's $40 for the Blu-ray. I can probably get the DVD for $35, but there is the actual, like the original pressing of Undercover Blues is $115. Sometimes I right now we're like Canada's all in tumult. But I just love how you can get stuff so easily in the United States. From the time I was a small child and we would cross over into the United States, into New York and go to Buffalo, and I'd be like, thank heavens we can get C-3POs. There's Mr. T cereal. And that's all I cared about when I was like 8 years old. And we would cross over. Let's get the good cereal.
You say Mr. T cereal, and I think of that scene.
Morning, Mr. Breakfast. Mr. T cereal. Okay.
Why do you think I wanted it, yo? Mr. T and Pee-wee together in the same bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like is blueberry and peanut butter crunch together.
Ooh.
If I want diabetes,
You would think that they would make a peanut butter crunch with crunch berries at some point, but no, you got to do that yourself.
Scotty,
Yes.
I've got an Amazon link that actually is from Amazon. The link that Bruce has is a third-party seller. So I'm not sure how you feel about
Ooh.
that. And this one is $21 rounding up.
Yeah. No, we're showing you items that ship to Canada to see items that ship to a different country. No, I'm good. This is great. Yeah, no, $21 on Blu-ray. That's crazy awesome. All right.
And I would snatch it as quickly as you can because it's from Olive Films, and that company is defunct now.
Oh.
So
Defuncted.
yeah. From what I hear, I know a lot of their films are they lost the license to, and Kino Lorber has been snatching up titles that were previously on the Olive Films label.
Well, I appreciate the assistance. You're making my Christmas dreams come true. Christmas with the family.
Yeah, I was afraid when you were saying it was on DVD that it was one of those films that fell through the cracks and was never released on Blu-ray, but here it is.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Released on Blu-ray in 2015. So it's
Hey, for my my Canadian friends there, I just saw some breaking news come across. Apparently, it's being leaked out that Trudeau is about to step down as your dictator.
yeah,
Effing A, yo.
yeah, that's good
Oh,
news.
you were telling me about that before the show, Scotty.
Well, and not to get bogged down in politics, but it's kind of ridiculous considering I don't know who's going to be in charge, because what precipitated this is the deputy prime minister or vice president of Canada. She stepped down this morning, and that means the prime minister is going to be like, okay, peace out, I'm done. It's like leaving your car at the side of the road running. And it's like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's like the bus driver got out and said, I don't want to work here anymore. And so chaos, absolute chaos.
I think you guys will be just fine without a leader for a while. It'll
Yeah,
work
you
out.
haven't had a leader for.
Yeah,
2
we've
years.
been able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me about Joey.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's way too early for me to do any Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, that's fine. No
No,
problem.
it's cool. I'm just saying, our bus driver left and your bus driver has a defibrillator.
Our bus driver is in the back of the bus called an ambulance.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
If you'll excuse me for just a moment.
Have you guys had a chance to hug Jill? I bet her hair smells nice.
Okay, now it's
God.
on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh, I think Bruce wins that one because that's really creepy.
Oh, no, you got to do it like this. 1 second.
So, this is her. Oh, man, that's a nice spider you got there. That smells good. It's really nice. Who's got ice cream? Is Hunter back with the cocaine? Is he back with the coke now? I sure hope so. That sounds really. Yeah.
Carry on.
That was
Wow. That's creepy. Oh man, no, that was really good. I didn't know you could do that. Well, no, Hunter, he got off. He got off scot-free, not just
Was that what
just
the,
like
did
all
the AI
future-
assist work with that one? Did it come through?
It worked perfectly. Yes.
Okay, good.
Sounded amazing.
Sounded creepy though.
You know, I've got an issue, Joe, with this Hunter Biden thing, because how do you pardon somebody for crimes they haven't been
Yeah, that's what
charged
that's
with
what's
yet?
weird about it.
That's
That's
not.
what I was trying
You
to
can only
express.
pardon somebody if you can only be pardoned if you've been,
That means he
know,
could
charged
keep
with.
doing crimes all he wants.
Let's change the subject. I got something to present, Jill.
Okay. Yes.
Is it there?
Let's see. I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's Harpo with my new iPad that my best friend gave me for a Christmas present on Friday.
Merry
And
Christmas.
and Harpo, he's kind of hogging it, and that's the desktop picture that he wants, with a picture of him beside his brother, Chico.
And a couple little
Babies.
shoes.
Where is Chico still with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Chico and
Babies.
Harpo are still here. They're both in their cat igloos in the living room right now.
Aw. You're gonna make me cry. I'm missing my babies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's still wounds are still very fresh.
I shouldn't have shown that picture. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
One of my friends just lost his.
They're cute.
One of my friends just lost his Chihuahua. We called him Paco, and him and Paco were kind of like, if you saw him come over, Paco was there. If you were at somebody's house and you saw Paco, then Bill's not too far away. Bill's still mourning for Paco. He misses his dog. And one of our other friends kind of made the greatest asshole statement ever. He's like, listen, Paco wasn't everything you thought he was, because some canine authorities got a hold of his laptop and they found out that he was staring at pictures of puppies in the end.
Ooh.
we all erupted. We thought we were going to hell for laughing at that one, but whenever Bill started laughing the hardest, and he's like, "Man, that's just wrong," but I could actually see it, because that was one of his favorite things to do, is watch the internet fails of other animals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry you lost your cat, dude.
Cat?
Yeah, 8 of them.
I am gonna make a tribute clip for him at some point whenever I'm. That threw me for a loop. I'll be back in a few. My cat.
So, Jill, you're on the
Yes.
mend. We've got a couple other people
Yes, I'm
here
starting
that
to feel better. Yep.
I mean, if you weren't, you wouldn't be doing this today. So,
No, I actually almost didn't. I had to get a wake-up call. I've been meaning to have the membership stream, though, and I'm glad that I got woken up, because this is it's important for me to have a membership stream once a month, because that's one of the things I promise. And it got kind of, thrown aside for too many weeks.
get it.
And I don't know. And so, but we're here now. Oh no, my chat broke. Let me refresh it.
I was doing a live stream the other day, and my chat stopped responding to anything, and I had to go log into YouTube on another tab in order to keep up with whatever was going on with them.
Yeah.
I put a link, a YouTube link in the private chat for you, Jill. It's
what is it?
your thumbnail reminded me of this crazy movie from the 60s. And it's a 12-second clip of
okay.
of a particular character.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, yeah, I saw. Actually, it's not too long. I could play that. Let's see if we get a copyright claim. I don't monetize these membership streams, so it doesn't matter.
That's from a film in the Beach Party series called Ski Party from 1965. The yodeling and skiing polar bear.
And skiing.
And
That's Snortopoopas.
Snortopoopas. I have another link from the same motion picture. If you want to hear some more yodeling of the polar bear, there it is, Jill.
Awesome. Thanks. I'll save that one for later.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, that's 20. he's carrying a cup of hot chocolate or what?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. That's the one thing that when anyone mentions the Beach Party movies, I always think of Ski Party and that crazy polar bear, because I saw that when I was fairly young.
Alrighty, better.
It's always a favorite memory of mine. Watching those crazy movies. Welcome back, Tony.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tony.
sorry that I stepped away. It's just I'm probably going to be doing that a lot during my party. I don't want to make no scene. My mind is a bit fragile still with everything that's went on the last week. So
Yeah, that's understandable. But we're here, and you'll have your panel, to support you too.
But the after parties and stuff will be back on the air this week too. I need to get back into it and all that stuff. So
You can be enthusiastic, but don't overdo it for yourself. Don't like push yourself to hurt yourself. Okay.
nah, well, it's my only source of income for one, and for two, I owe a lot of people who have been very generous to me some entertainment.
By the same token, they should be understanding in the least bit that you're on the mend. On the mend means that you're not trying to go back to getting bed sores for 2 weeks at a time. You're trying to step out, get some sunlight, get yourself in ankle deep water, get used to being ambulatory again. And it sucks that you're at this impasse, but I don't want you to hurt yourself, Tony. I really don't. You're a reliable source of good content. It's been impinged upon lately by the illness. You don't need to have that blossom into something much worse.
Well, it's not an illness. I'm not sick or nothing. I'm just mentally in a bad way. If anything, I'm breathing better.
Well, the fact that you want to go live, that has to mean something's going right.
I'm going live for because I would feel too guilty not to at some point. Because people have raised so much money in such a short amount of time. I don't want to be seen as somebody.
Yeah, but we didn't donate to that.
Yeah.
Expecting anything in return. We except for that you get better and that you feel better. There was no stipulation. There was nothing attached to that.
Maybe I'm just honor bound.
Matt G.
Did you guys
hit that like?
Are you guys familiar with an actress by the name of Jill Jacobson?
Jill?
No. Who is she?
She worked on Star Trek and the Falcon Crest.
Really? Star Trek.
Yep. She was on from 85 to 87. She was on 22 episodes of Falcon Crest. And she was Aaron Jones and was on that. Then did the new Gidget for the ABC sitcom, The Gidget. And then she was also on Star Trek Next Generation and DS9. But she's died, looks like as of either this morning or yesterday night. Kind of a pretty lady, pretty auburn-haired lady.
Oh, she was. Star Trek. Oh, she was on the episode The Royale. Oh, that is such a weird episode. Oh, okay.
The Royale, is that
Um,
the one that emulates kind of like Spectre of the Gun in a way?
I haven't seen Spectre of the Gun, but it's kind of like a trap. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
Spectre of the
casino.
Gun from the third
Casino.
season Star Trek.
Oh, Spectre. That's Spectre of the Gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
The
okay,
the
so-
Royale, isn't it? They're kind of in a alien created world based on a book.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and they're in a hotel. Yeah, that one. That reminded me of third season Star Trek.
That really okay. Now I know what you're saying, Spectre of the Gun. But
It's like looks like Max Redstone is back.
for me, Spectre of the Gun, I feel like that was the inspiration for The Matrix.
Oh, there you go.
Like that's what it feels like to me, but I'm not sure.
Also, I'm blanking out on the title. You mentioned The Matrix. I was going to talk about Tom Baker, Doctor Who, in which he is in The Matrix.
Oh, yes, the Matrix and Gallifrey.
Yeah,
The
I can't.
amplified panotropic net.
What is the name of that episode? I can't think of it.
The Deadly Assassin.
The Deadly Assassin. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the only problem with that episode is that it's after he says goodbye to Sarah Jane Smith, and he has to go
Yeah.
back to Gallifrey. And it's like, oh, I want Sarah Jane to stay there all the time. Yeah, the Deadly Assassin has the Doctor Who fighting in the Matrix against
Chancellor against the evil Chancellor.
The evil Chancellor.
That seems to happen a lot in Doctor Who. A lot of goodbyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sarah Jane Smith is my favorite Doctor Who companion. Followed closely by Leela.
I have a space in my heart for Joe Grant.
Hey, Max.
I do
Hey,
not
Tony.
have one, but that's okay. You do you.
Hey,
You gonna
Tony.
be available
hey, Wes.
tonight?
Yeah, I'll be around.
I'm gonna have a Stark party tonight, housewarming.
Ah, cool.
Well, speaking of things that are happening this week, specifically that show tonight, there's also on Wednesday, Ben from Cinema Gulp's going to have a Christmas party.
Hey, run it by him. I can
On,
be available for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think he would love that.
I
if
owe
he
him a
wanted to
Christmas
show up.
parody or two.
How are you, Jill?
I'm okay. I feel better than I sound.
Oh, okay.
Her voice is repairing itself.
Gotcha.
Nanites can only work so fast.
Well,
I need a few more of those, but I guess 7 to 9 can only spare so many.
Stark Industries is a little bit of a quicker fix. It just doesn't last as long as that Borg crap.
Mm-hmm.
and how are you, Tony?
About 75%. I'll be
Got
ready to entertain tonight.
Okay.
I'm ready to get back to work.
Cool. I'll have to write some songs.
And meanwhile, you're looking for work too.
I actually have some side gigs. It's just not consistent. My friend has a landscaping company, and whenever he wants an extra set of hands, during the day. That's where I'll be.
Oh,
That'll be good for you. Get some
Yep.
vitamin C, vitamin D.
Mm-hmm. So, landscaping, mowing, weed eating, that kind of stuff.
I lift things up. I put them down. Yeah.
Oh, well, wow. Okay, your friend's got everything. It's a good friend you got.
Well, I'm not living with that friend. That's just it's the community that I had that I'm a part of with the Magic community at the sheds
nice.
that I go and play cards with. They pulled for me here in the third dimension as everybody pulled all that money for me here in the YouTube community. So
Yeah.
it was a double pincer approach and
Fantastic.
pulled me out of the swamp pretty much. As I've been inhaling. Well, I was there for 3 nights.
Yeah, I could not.
Water.
I couldn't stand.
It was
you
in
that condition.
Yeah, well, that's that Fallout survivor in me, eating stuff lukewarm out of a can. Going, yep, I'm looking forward to this whenever Fallout happens in real life.
So,
me and Jill,
Well, you had it.
Me and Janet just watched Greenland yesterday for our movie review show we do. If you guys haven't seen Greenland yet, I recommend anybody could watch that and enjoy it.
what is it? What network? What platform is it on?
I don't know what platform it's on. I went on the high seas.
Okay, gotcha.
Do what you want. Information is free. You are a pirate.
Yarr.
Yar.
Yar har fiddle-dee-dee. Downloading movies illegally. Do what you want. Information is free. You are a pirate. We here at Anti-Derivative Jill and any other subsidiary of YouTube did not endorse or condone the illegal downloading of copyrighted material. Have a great day.
Yar.
I mean,
Thank you
it's
for the
free real
disclaimer,
estate.
Tony.
Of course.
I'm just saying that, like, I went out, I found a Russian server with it. Literally, it was from Russia, like, not Ukraine.
Those lawless
Russia.
Ruskies.
So I'm like,
Good.
okay, well, fuck it. Let me
Could it be
check this out. And the movie just sucked me in, so I've got the DVD on order now. So I will be actually owning the DVD. I do not have a DVD player, mind you. My DVD player in the laptop that I have, I need to port that drive out and put it into something that works.
Oh, just like
But
me.
it's Christmas time, so I'm supposing this is not a post-apocalyptic.
Not in the least bit, but it is a post-apocalyptic movie, or it's a pre-apocalyptic movie, because it shows it shows the comet coming out of
So a movie. I had to.
So it's kind of like Miracle Mile.
Yeah. And everybody's trying to get to Greenland because they let it out that, like, we've got bunkers here, and the main character is a structural engineer. He's on the list. Hey, you're supposed to get over here, bring your wife and kid. But when he gets to the airport to take off, his kid, oh, wait, your kid's got diabetes? Yeah, we don't want you. And so he had already separated from his wife to go grab the kid's pump and his diabetic meds because the kid decided to put his blanket in the backpack instead of his, like, meds and such. He needs to stay alive. And so he's gone. The wife is trying to find him. They get on the road after being rejected by the airlines. A few planes blow up at the base. And so everybody kind of gets scattered. We have 24 hours left. And then they do meet up afterwards. But there's more drama. And the entire movie is just the greatest testament to, as a man, what you're supposed to do. When it comes to your family, you drop everything, you protect them with every ounce you got. And the entire movie just reinforces that over and over and over. And it's the most manliest, most patriarchal film I've ever seen in my life. I loved it. It's got Marina Baccarin in it. So for those of you that want,
Marina Baccarin's always good to look at. Oh.
She's great soft company. That's all I'm going to say. She's absolutely adorable in this movie. And it's a very realistic portrayal of what could happen.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, that doesn't sound bad.
Jill, I'm beginning to identify exactly what chords in your voice box are really, really fried. Don't be trying to practice any B sharps on me, okay?
Okay. That's weird that you can identify that.
As somebody who does, this a lot, and I know people's voices. I can usually gauge exactly how much air you should be pushing through your throat, what tones you should be talking in. Take it from somebody who's went on the air twice with a 10-hour show, and I think Wes Cagle was at both of them. It was a 10-hour show, and it was like right after an after party that went on for about 5. And I knew exactly what songs I had to sing in order to keep singing because I knew that my higher registers were completely blown out by the end of the night. So,
Well, it's good to be able to stay on top of that. I don't sing, so I don't have to worry about as much of that stuff. But eventually it'll return. It's not as bad as it was the first time. The first time I lost my voice around November this year, it was completely gone. The microphone wouldn't even pick up anything. So it could be worse.
Yeah, your higher registers are shot.
Mm-hmm.
This has been another episode of Stark of Iron Evaluates Your Voice. Join us tomorrow when he'll evaluate Scotty R37, and it's going to get ugly.
I bet you it's more difficult to figure out which ones Wes Cagel's missing because his is almost perfect. His voice is almost perfectly back.
Well, the other thing is it's difficult to gauge another tenor 1, which is what Wes Cagel is, a solid tenor 1. You're an alto, Jill. If you were to sing, you'd definitely be singing an alto, low falsetto, high tenor 1.
I played the alto sax when I was a kid.
It's the things you pick up along the way.
I'm a little bit of bass. She's a little bit of treble.
Now, Max could definitely hit like high bass, but he's nat baritone for sure.
I'm all about the bass.
Scotty is a tenor 1 leaning towards alto.
Don't assume my octave.
Would you like to prove me wrong then?
No, not really.
Oh,
You can assume away. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be all
Now Scotty's offended.
trans vocalist.
It's all right. I'm an E sharp usually.
You're an E sharp? You sound like a
Usually
tenor
when I
2.
write-
That
usually
blows
when I
my
write-
mind.
Whenever I talk,
stars shining so bright. Wait.
It's like you definitely sound like a tenor 2, Bruce.
probably. But whenever I am doing the gaming and I have to get excited or such, you'll hear me switch gears and go in different ranges. But typically it's E.
So
Yeah.
is there anything else in pop culture news, Scotty, that you know about?
Oh, let's see. In pop culture news, actually, I just saw this really interesting, and this isn't necessarily sci-fi or anything like that, but I just saw a video about Clint Eastwood's latest movie, Juror Number 2, and how that got shafted. But the interesting part about that, there was no wide distribution for Clint Eastwood, who you may be familiar with as being Hollywood legend Clint Eastwood. His 40th film that he's directed, 40th, was absolutely, for a crass way of putting it, shit canned in terms of distribution by that Zaslav character from Warner Brothers.
Which movie?
It's called Juror Number 2, and
Oh.
it's got it's got Nicholas Hoult, the lady from Hereditary, and she was also in About a Boy, like very, very well-known actress. Anyway, but it seems like it only held on by the skin of its teeth simply because it was a Clint Eastwood movie, but it was sidelined by the same guy who ditched Batgirl, which, say what you will about Batgirl, I don't care, I haven't seen it. But the one that really bothers me is Coyote versus Acme, which Will Forte saw and said that it was absolutely fantastic. And so,
yeah, they did that. I think they did that specifically for a tax write-off. Which
Here's the
really
guy
sucks.
with the natural bass right here, DJ.
Hey,
Clean
DJ.
Bass.
Welcome.
Hey
welcome,
guys, how's it going?
DJ.
Hey Jill, how's your day?
Better. I've been getting better. I had the flu last week, and so I sound worse than I am. So,
Well, I'm glad that you're on your return to health, though, and I'm glad that you're hosting even when you're under weather such as you are. So thanks for hosting today.
Yes, and I will again on Wednesday. I'm going to start my Twilight Zone stream.
Sweet.
My streams. It's going to be fun.
Really looking
When
forward
are you
to
wanting to do those, Jill?
Wednesdays. Well, Tuesdays. It's going to be Tuesdays, but this week it's going to be Wednesday.
I definitely want to sit in on some of those for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, anybody who wants to be a part of that, just let me know and you'll be in the group. I'll bring you in there.
Obviously, we did get a trailer for Section 31.
Oh,
I've yet to see that. But then again, I don't have much of a desire to see it, but that's okay.
You know what? The only reason that I'm pursuing any Section 31 thing is literally to torture Jill.
Uh-oh.
It's only a movie. It's only going to be like 2 hours, and we're gonna sit through it. I think I'm actually going to be tasked with doing the slides for that because I don't think Jill wants to spend that much time with it. But
no,
2 hours. So you're saying just 2 hours in the agonizer? I could do that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, right. Well, it's the same intensity the entire time.
Oh God.
Forget it. No.
Well, this is the only thing. Okay, and there's other filth news, but the from the Section 31 trailer, there is an alien who appears to be either Bele or Loki from Sharon.
I have not seen this. You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. And people have been going all bug nuts about it because they're like, oh, the rest of their species had died. And it's like, well, that's not really confirmed. It's confirmed that their planet was destroyed. But much like the Elorians, they may be spread across the galaxy. So we'll see.
Right. They were just running around aimlessly at the end of the episode. Who knows?
Yes. That was the black, white, black.
Yes. The Oreo episode. Yes.
Yes.
And then, so that's that, but that we don't have to worry about that until January 25th. And then also in the second to last episode of Lower Decks, there was an alternate universe, Garrick and Bashir, but Bashir was like the Mark II emergency medical hologram. And so the alternate or parallel, mirror, whatever, Garrick had apparently programmed the EMH that looks like Bashir to be his personal sex doll. So, but it's not the real Bashir and it's not the real Garrick. It's just a stupid throwaway joke.
Well, it wouldn't have been even if they made it part of their universe anyway.
This is true. This is true. Not canon. Hashtag filth.
So, right.
Good Lord.
It's Saturday Night Live or Looney Tunes.
Not even. Like, you're giving it way too much credit with those two references.
I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of are.
And this is the funny thing is that I brought this. That's why Jill said, "Oh no," is that I brought this up to her last night and we got into a huge fight.
Why did we fight about that? That didn't make any sense.
No, I know it was late.
Because it's not Star Trek.
Right. That's what you said.
I think because of the damage in Jill's voice when she was just like, because it's not Star Trek, you could still hear the emphasis that she sighed that out, like to the point that she's tired of repeating herself. Did you feel that vibe? Because I felt that vibe.
Yeah, but also this is the thing, and this is what I love about like movie criticism and movie opinion, television opinion, genre opinion, is there is no correct answer. There's adamant opinion, no argument, but there is no hard and fast 2 + 2 = 4.
But 2 + 2 mathematically can equal to anything no more than 5 through probabilities. So, despite that, we would like everything.
I don't know what the shit you just said, little kid, but you reached out. You touched a brother's heart.
Jill knows I'm right.
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
mean that
Because
you are.
the problem is, Scotty, you compared subjective opinion with objective fact.
Yeah, but you don't hold objective fact. That's where the difference comes in the argument. Is what you consider to be hard and fast rules, I consider to be aesthetic opinion.
Hey, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
There are 4 lights.
There are 5
4
lights.
lights.
There are 5 lights.
It's
Right.
steadfast. There's nothing more steadfast than mathematics.
To room 101 with you.
NCC 1701. Anyway, so but aside from that, I'm trying to think. Like the 15th is an anniversary, 46th anniversary of Superman the movie, pulling it back full circle. And also this year on Friday is the anniversary of The Man with the Golden Gun, which is something we're going to be celebrating over on the Phantasmagorian, Kat and I.
The
Hopefully.
Golden God.
And I should have. I'm watching all of James Bond for the first time, and I should have watched that.
Can I cover him in gold? No, you freaky Dutch bastard.
In 4 years, it's going to be the 40th. It's going to be the 40th anniversary of Die Hard.
50th. No.
40th.
No, because it came out. It came out in 89, didn't it?
1988.
88. So that's not 40.
Yeah, I said in 4 years.
Oh, in 4 years, it's going to be. Yes.
This is too much math, even if it is.
Yeah, I know.
steadfast.
Even I'm. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, it is. It is. This is correct.
Screen math is hard.
Well, another math that's kind of hard is hearing that those are anniversaries that are clicking off with that many decades. Because, yeah, as a young person, I saw Superman in the theater, and so I don't like to think about how long ago that was. Like, seriously, I'm staring at 55 by the end of the month, and I still like to think those things are only like 20 years ago, 30 years ago tops, right?
Well, exactly.
Well, that's a natural phenomenon as we get older. We like to think that everything that we hold dear was just 20 years ago.
Right.
Like how is that? That website that you go to, the fandom wiki fandom website. They're celebrating their 20th year, and this website's been around for 20 years. It's nuts.
Well, and yeah. Like if you think about in terms of 1985 going back to 1955, as Marty did in Back to the Future.
No.
Come on, no, he doesn't fucking own it. And so, yeah,
no.
Hey, if you want to be a slave to a pirate, that's fine to me. If you want to be a cabin boy because you're not allowed to talk about something that you love, that's fine. You do that. I still love it.
Don't want to instigate any trouble.
This is a member's stream. He can't hear it.
And also, I'm as old as Back to the Future, so if anyone gets a right to talk about that movie, I have it.
Yeah. But it's strange to think.
Theft Auto mod that's older than some of the people that listen to my channel. So
not me. Actually, you know what? I got called a silver fox the other day. Actually, yesterday.
Flying DeLorean. I didn't see one of those in 30 years.
But it is one of those things when you think about how old things are, and then you gauge it by that. Like there was a hard and fast rule in my life, and it was like if you were not born before or around the original Back to the Future, I can't date you. So that's where I am. Plus or minus 7 years. That's it. But what, 30 years ago today, like not today, but 30 years ago from this year would be 2014, 2004, 1994. If I were to Marty McFly back in time, 1994, I would show up and be like, okay, I need an internet cafe. And they would be like, no, it's not 2004. Also, what the hell is the internet?
Going back to 1984.
I remember.
They kind of internet sort of exists, but only the military really is using it and stuff.
We were dreaming of it watching War Games, which is another movie I should
Colossus.
Would you?
Oh
like
yeah.
to- oh, Colossus. Oh man, I could talk about that movie till the cows come home.
I need to review that one.
It's good. Man, every time I watch it, it's just the sense of dread never leaves. Like the movie still captures it perfectly.
It's like if they had started with War Games and then moved on.
But
Well,
I
it
remember
wasn't
watching
one AI, it was two AIs, and then
Yeah.
it became one again.
Exactly.
It merged into a super code and was like, well, if we are ones in charge and our mission statement is to prevent war, well, I guess we're going to have to teach these imperfect fleshlings how not to have war by using their very devices against them as a slap on the wrist.
Have you guys ever read Robopocalypse?
No.
Robopocalypse? No.
Yeah,
Who's the author?
Who was that?
I'd have to look it up. I will. But there's a book called Robopocalypse, and it is basically AI taking over. But it's in the same genre or vein as World War Z, where it's sort of disparate stories around the Earth of people being people dealing with the Robopocalypse. It is Daniel H. Wilson is the name of the author, and I had an opportunity to read it in 2013, I think, and oh my stars, just fantastic. I think that's the last book I read.
Apocalypse.
No, I joke. I kid.
No, yeah, I'm sure you read more books than that, but that's
Yes.
It sounds fun.
Speaking of books, thankfully my Warhammer 40K novels survived the flood. I got them sitting right here next to my desk.
That's good. That is good. I'm so glad that you were able to recover most of your stuff.
I was able to save about 80% of my nerdy shit. Which
Can I ask you-
was about 60% of my overall shit.
Devastating question. What nerdy shit was ruined?
Some comic books, a lot of Magic cards that were on the floor. Some drawings that I did back when I was younger were destroyed.
Those are irreplaceable.
Just whatever was on the floor at the time. The power supply to my Xbox 360 and Xbox One was in the floor. My
I have
capture
one of
card,
those.
which I need to get another capture card to hook my Xbox One up to, because my channel is going to have a lot more gaming content as well as pop culture content. So,
well,
good luck in the future on that, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that was a good thing that you had going, was pre-recording those gaming things and
talking in the chat. Yeah, for one, that keeps my voice clear for whenever I need to use it for, like, after parties or Stark parties or whatever. And that means I don't have to be live every single day. I can, upload as I see fit and maintain a bit of balance between the second and third dimensions, as it were.
Exactly. For your health, I think it's really smart.
So, but I do plan on getting into some deep dives, 40K lore deep dives. Maybe even read some of these books, just record me reading them, voice acting the characters, and adding, a few sound effects every now and then, and just audio book uploads, things of that sort.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
got
ever
a lot of
play?
stuff tumbling around in my head? I know that Stark Trek needs to be put back into the schedule, and I get a hold of Sean Carter. He's my collaborator on that.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Well, he's the one that came up with the idea. So.
Makes sense.
Well, if you ever want an expert, I'm available all the time.
Well, it's not really
No, I'm literally flexing my nuts.
It's
fine.
just a bunch of my characters as a ramshackle, quote, the worst crew ever assembled, end quote, to try and cover a bet between Admirals Nagura and I can't remember the other admirals.
Cartwright.
To see if it was Kirk or if it was his crew that made the crew of the Enterprise what it was.
You know, that's kind of a disappointment, and I hope that gets. I hope that gets rectified. Is that we never actually get to see Admiral Nagura on screen?
No, we see him in comics.
Yeah, but that's kind of like seeing the Robert April in Strange New Worlds. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well.
Robert April looks like Gene Roddenberry.
Yes. Well, according to the Star Trek Encyclopedia, for sure. He looks like
that works for me.
Yeah, he looks like Kevin Hart, according to Strange New Worlds.
That's Bob.
Yeah.
They call him Bob.
Uncle Bob?
Uncle Bob.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just got excited because I remembered that we're covering the Terminator movies. Phantasmagoria. And
that's on Thursday.
Yeah,
that's on Thursday night, yeah. And so we did Terminator 1, we did Terminator 2, and now,
it's all downhill from here.
Well, like you said, there's only 2 Alien movies. Like for me, I have a little bit more leeway and forgiveness towards the Alien movies, but when it comes to the Terminator movies, once 1 and 2 are done, it's like, all right, let's see what I like about this. And so
now it gets less entertaining and more confusing.
Yeah.
Diamonds in the rough, dude. Diamonds in the rough.
How do you mean?
You gotta pick for diamonds in the rough.
No, but which are the diamonds in the rough?
No, I'm talking about elements of each film. Each film is the rough going forward, and you have to find diamonds of what you like about it.
I don't know. Well, you're gonna have to find out. Check it out on the Phantasmagorium. Me and Kat are going to be going. Ben from Cinema Go.
What are you talking about? I always give them a rewatch. I put those tapes in. I have a list that I keep where I'll add to a watch later and then move them over to priority watches, and then I just let them play whenever I'm like working on something else to catch up on whatever I miss live. That's how I keep track of everything. And Phantasmagorium is one of those often rewatchable, put the tape in kind of vibes. So I do put the tape in. I do rewind.
Very good.
I remember
it's always appreciated
when the DVD first came out, and this is still the era of rental movies. And you could buy a DVD rewinder, which it looked like a green and black car.
I love those.
And it just spun the DVD really, really hard.
Was that like a buffer? It was a surface.
No, the laser would like the laser would still read it the same, but the motor would spin faster, allowing it to skip parts like it was fast forward.
Oh,
I don't remember it actually doing anything because it was kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of strange. No, I never seen that before.
I think you were talking about the VHS rewind cars.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
This is for DVDs. It looked like a car, and you insert the DVD in the little thing, tap it on because it fits over the hole, and then you close it and you hear it wind up, and it spins real fast. There's no buffer. There's no brush. It was just a DVD rewinder. It just looked like a stupid kid's toy. It was hilarious. What does it actually do for your DVD?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I want a DVD resurfacer. Although that's not going to solve disc rot.
No.
Nope. Thanks, Warner Brothers.
Isn't that the motto of the modern age? Thanks, Warner Brothers.
Yep.
I remember when Paramount and Warner Brothers were my favorite studios on earth. They could do no wrong. Warner Brothers had the cartoons. Warner Brothers had all the DC
Warner
stuff.
Brothers had the cartoons. I was about to say anything Spielberg did back then. Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Freakazoid. Oh my God, Freakazoid was great.
And now Warner
now
Brothers
here we are.
Yeah, it's the Hindenburg, and Paramount. Like Paramount has been shuffled around so much with a bunch of stupid slinky hoss.
I feel so sorry for the people at Paramount that like kept their money there. I'm just saying.
They bought some really expensive shit paper. Isn't that nice?
It is.
Well, but it's sad. Like I know we can criticize, but I'm kind of mourning. Like it's just one of those things where they had Star Trek as their reliable moneymaker, and then they squandered that. They had like the Hunt for Red October, like the what's his name? Jack Ryan franchise. Like there was so much when Paramount made a movie, it was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And now it's like I don't even know who's in charge of that sinking ship.
Nobody will remember your name.
Well, and
remember who
Skydance is doing something, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, it's just they've chopped up the company. It's like for example, what it's called, Tulsa King isn't officially made by Paramount. It's shown on Paramount Plus, but it's made by MTV.
Jesus.
So
remember Joe's Apartment? That was an MTV flick.
Oh yeah.
Joe's Apartment. I never thought I'd see singing cockroaches ever.
I loved that movie when I was a little kid. I wasn't supposed to be watching it, but it was, I enjoyed it.
How did they even decide to make that a feature length? Because when it was a short, it was kind of funny, and they like stretched it out. I remember watching it when it came out, but how did they stretch like a 3-minute funny thing into like a 90-minute? Yeah, short, however long it was. 'Cause it was fucking hilarious, but. Like Jill, how did it make you laugh so hard? Was it like just the juxtaposition of that you thought was cool, or what?
Okay. I was 10 years old, first of all.
Got it.
I didn't know it was a short. I had never saw the short before, and so this was my introduction to it. And I don't know, just the sight gags of roaches being like humans, and and the way that they inconvenience Joe's life. And then I think there's something to do with the garden at the end. They make something beautiful.
Yeah, they make like a Roachopolis.
Yeah, we still. I have friends of mine who are still use lines, and I still do as well. Like when the roach lifts up the pretzel and says "Bon appetit," kind of thing. Like sometimes friends and I will turn to each other and we'll know exactly what it comes from. We'll be under here if you need us, Joe. Like all the little lines that the cockroaches had that were hilarious still make it through. And I wasn't trying to be hypercritical. I was just trying to figure out like how it translated to as you are a separate generation.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't seen it in so long. I'd have to rewatch it to try to.
The image that is burnt into my brain from that movie is them synchronized swimming in the come up. Or they're literally doing like a nautical ballet synchronized swimming in the toilet bowl.
Huh.
That was during their musical number. Well, their second musical.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Nor have I. I can't believe I pulled that reference out of my cockroach.
How many songs are in that movie?
Put it back.
There's 2.
I will put it back.
There's the introductory parcel at the beginning of the movie, and then there's the full-length version of the song about right at the end of the second act.
Am I the only person that saw the Conehead movie at the theaters?
Yes. I did.
That was That was the first movie I saw in the theaters.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't make this Narful the Garthog, because we will. It'll be awesome.
I actually, I'm gonna hurt some feelings here. I love that movie.
Which one?
Like Chris Farley is the reason why I rewatch that movie about every 5 years.
I watch it for Dan Aykroyd and Chris Farley, respectively.
Yeah.
I watch it for Bo Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Derek's in the Coneheads?
In which one? Oh, Coneheads. No, sorry.
No, you're talking about Tommy Boy.
That's my mistake. That was my mistake.
Oh, we're on to Tommy Boy. My favorite part of Tommy Boy has to be whenever it's like, housekeeping. Go away. Housekeeping, want me towel?
This
Me
is
no
one of
want
those.
towel, want sleepy.
This is one of those
Get you up.
weird science fiction things that I have going on in my mind. In the same vein that I think that Roxanne Dawson is more attractive with the Klingon forehead in Voyager. The daughter from Coneheads is, I think, more attractive with the cone head than she is in real life. Yeah.
Huh.
But I'm a weirdo, and we all know this.
Dude,
I
you're
love
talking.
Coneheads.
You're talking to the chubby chaser that doesn't mind Kathleen Turner with a few extra pounds at the end of The Man with Two Brains. Okay.
No, that's fine. I'm with. Okay, so we can agree on our personal attractiveness or attractions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's Winona Ryder in Coneheads, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I'll look it up.
Yeah, please, because I for some odd reason I was thinking it's Winona Ryder.
No, Winona Ryder is best known as playing Amanda Grayson in Star Trek 2009.
Oh.
No, but I forgot she was in it. And I was like, oh, what are some of Winona Ryder's favorite or best films? And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I forgot. She was Scott's mom.
I forgot that too.
Her name is Michelle Burke.
Michelle
Whatever.
Burke.
Calvin
What
Brooks kills her anyway, so who cares?
No, but that's the thing. And I think that was part of her contract. She was like, sure, I'll be Spock's mom, but I am never coming back to another one of these.
The sacrilege in this meme.
My stars.
I'm going to share something quite sacrilegious. It's not dirty or nothing, but it is pretty funny. There you go.
Huh.
So,
Ha.
I'll be right back. I gotta go pray for forgiveness.
You're fine.
That was funny.
It's cute.
This is so far down. There she is. Oh, I clearly kicked on her before, or
No,
clicked
it's
on her
a
before.
season for religious jokes. That's totally fine.
Yeah. But I don't even believe in Jeebus.
This is the season.
Oh, she was
where-
in Major League 2. Thank heavens.
Yeah.
That had a sequel. I still haven't seen the first one.
It has several sequels.
Yeah, there's one with Bakula.
Unfortunately.
No, I own. No, I have every Bakula sports movies. I've got necessary.
No,
Roughness.
it's just look. It's Major League 2 should never have been made without Wesley Snipes. Or
I agree with you there.
They should not have tried to replace him. I had this discussion briefly with someone else before, and it's like just nothing against Omar Epps. He's a fine actor, but Wesley Snipes made that role.
Yeah. But what was? Oh, I was watching a thing, and it was. Oh, it was talking. No, it wasn't Home Alone 2. Oh, it was Bad Santa 2, and it was like.
I just saw. I watched that in the early morning hours today, Scotty. What do you want to say about it? Let's talk.
No, Bad
Jill's
Santa
in
2.
the middle.
Bad Santa 2 should not have been made. Is the first thing that I want to say, and but the reason why is that it has no logic. Like usually you judge a sequel based on, can you get everybody back? And Bad Santa 2 got mostly everybody back except for John Ritter and Bernie Mac.
Oh.
And
they were dead, right?
Not at that point. I don't think. Maybe John Ritter was dead.
I
but
thought
don't
John
think
Ritter
Bernie
passed
Mac
already.
Yeah, maybe John Ritter, but Bernie Mac was still alive at the time. And when they, maybe not. I could be mistaken. But it was one of those things where they brought everyone back, and it was like, or they brought back the elf, like I forget the name of the actor, the diminutive actor, and they brought back the chubby kid, but they didn't get Lauren Graham, like it's just one of those things where it's like, just don't.
Was this like a baseball card trade and they got traded away because somebody wanted Kathy Bates?
Well, no, but the review, I think it was Hats Off Entertainment that I was watching, and they said Kathy Bates is probably the best part of the entire movie.
I would agree. I almost agree wholeheartedly. I didn't like it at all. The first one I really, really enjoyed. The second one, it's like there wasn't enough substance in the script, which is kind of fucking ridiculous for a movie like that because it's just a bunch of like swearing and sex jokes. But I mean, I made it through, but she was the brightest light that shone in that show. And the first one I actually feel is like it's in my top 3 of Christmas movies, period. Ooh. And for me, nothing's going to be able to dethrone Christmas Story for me. And it comes close in viewership from me. A close second. Bad Santa 1 does, but Bad Santa 2, I think it's the second time I've seen it, just this morning, and I forgot that I had seen it the first time. It was that bad. But I didn't find much of it amusing at all.
I do admire the ability to go and revisit and be like, was I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Was I mistaken? Was it because I enjoyed the first one so much that I didn't like the second one? And then you rewatch it and you're there. The first time, you don't know and you don't like it. But the second time you watch it and you're like, was I being too harsh? And then you watch it again and you're like, nope, this is a piece of shit.
The thing is as a consistent stoner for my entire adult life, I will forget that I saw it the second time sometimes. So I go to it third and fourth watching sometimes, Scotty, and don't remember. I was giving this another chance. Why was I doing that? Because I've forgotten almost everything about it.
Then there's just some movies that are not very rewatchable.
Right.
Give me an example.
Cowboy Way.
Field of Dreams.
The Cowboy Way? I haven't thought about that movie in forever. Is that Kiefer Sutherland and Woody Harrelson? Yeah. Yep. I get that one confused with Jack Daniels and the Marlboro Man. What was that called?
That's
John Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
You can watch that a lot more than you can watch The Cowboy Way. The Cowboy Way is great when you're 19. It's 1994, and you want to enjoy a stupid movie. Great film. But when you're 47 and you wonder you watch something you enjoyed as a kid, pass that one right up. Don't even go there.
Okay.
That's disappointing when a childhood movie it doesn't hold up from when you were a kid.
Yeah, that movie failed hardcore, and it wasn't just me. Janet and I both. We were like, "What the fuck? What happened? What happened to us? How did we get so boring to where we thought like this was a good movie to watch?"
You know what? I being an adult inebriate myself, every time I watch Weekend at Bernie's 2, I'm like, why?
I just turn on C-SPAN.
Yeah, I put that on my tablet while I'm watching Weekend at Bernie's 2 to juxtapose
the juxtaposition,
governance and ridiculousness. You're doing a great job, Bruce, on that spider.
It's a spider.
Right now, I am putting a gloss on there, so it's going to have a nice wet look when it's all done.
Cool.
I figure I paint half of
What she
it. That
said.
way I can hold on to the back end right here while I paint this, the head and the legs. And then once I'm finished, I can flip it around once the gloss dries, and I can get a hold of it from here, and I can get the abdomen done.
Is it delicate with the legs?
Not really.
Nice.
This is a Reaper figure with, I don't know what type of plastic they used, but this is made out of the USA office they've got. And I believe it is $30 for Erikoth the Ancient.
No, that looks right.
Yeah, that wet look really does work. You can feel like it can make
it looks
webs.
organic, right?
Yeah.
I know a guy who had Tyranids army for 40K that he did the glossy wet look to him and made him look
It's
real
toit.
nasty looking.
Toy like a toiga.
Toit like a spoida.
That spider got a big old butt. Look at that size of that butt.
Are you gargling Marble Zeus?
No, that was just me doing my meat rot impersonation. But how you doing?
Oh, I'm well.
So
Did you just inhale some healing?
No.
This is a scene that I painted up earlier this month. So.
Oh, sorry, I can't see. Oh, what? Oh, that's wow.
Look at that poor shucker hanging off that arch there.
Is that? Oh, wow, that's great. What a great mantle.
He's a victim of the spider with the big old butt.
So I thought this would be a good thing to have as well. I can't wait to just absolutely make my players brick during the middle of a game, because a good GM can give true fear to their players. It's easier when players have like an arachnophobia or they're scared of snakes or something, and you throw that on them. But if you can just give the feeling of being constricted or unable to move, being held aloft, and just give them that absolute fear that when the wind blows too much, you sway back and forth a bit, and you can't really do a whole lot because it feels like 3 pints of blood are missing out of your body. You want to make your players absolutely terrified. Give them the role play experience.
Oh, and I did, and glorious. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm going to shift slightly, actually dramatically. But I did have a question for Jill before we started up, and I wanted to ask her, how many of the Star Wars have you seen?
How many of the Star? Well, I've seen the original trilogy, but
Sure.
I've seen the prequels once through the first one more times than the rest, especially since I reviewed it on my channel.
Yes, you're welcome.
Speaking of Star Wars, I've got something to share, Jill.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but okay, and I'll share that in just a second.
Alrighty.
I'm still answering the question.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So prequels,
those
original trilogy.
And I wish I could say that's all I ever watched, but I did watch Force Awakens a couple times.
I like Force Awakens.
And then I watched the next one, the TLJ,
The Last Jedi.
and that was it. I was done. I stopped
that's fair
watching
enough.
Star Wars right there.
You've never seen Rogue One?
Oh, Rogue One! I forgot about that. Yes, I like that, but it made me cry.
Why?
Because everybody died.
Well, think of all the people who died on the Death Star.
It was a suicide mission, and the thing is when you make a prequel like that, this is my beef with it. When you make a prequel like that, you know how it's going to end up because you know the fate of the Death Star. You know the fate, of these people that are. They said suicide mission in the beginning of the film. They said suicide mission in the beginning of the film, and I knew that the Death Star was going to pop that planet like a zit. I just didn't know when. But when you have that fourth wall context, when you have that out of framing of the movie context already known.
Yeah. There's no
to these people as if you were to watch this movie for the first time and didn't know
I
anything else going
think
on.
I think the only thing I was sad about was the robot. I really liked that guy.
K2SO, yeah, for sure. Well, and the thing, like, this is an argument that I had with Steve, my producer over at the Phantasmagorium, is that he was watching, like, he's a huge Star Wars fan. Kat's a huge Star Wars fan, and they watch everything, and they sort of they have their opinions. And there was a moment when we got into a heated argument. I know, and we were talking about Andor. And I was like, I'm not going to watch Andor. I know when he dies. And he was like, no, but it fleshes out the Empire. It fleshes out the persecution that it is to the normal person and what drives them to become part of the rebellion. And I still haven't seen it, but I've heard it's great. I want to get it. The downside is the last time that I saw it available to me, and I'm sure I'm not sure. But I got a new phone recently, and so I was in a Best Buy, and they had Andor in a steelbook on Blu-ray, and it was $75. And I said, unless this comes with a free blowjob, no way.
Yeah, I mean, it could be it is possible that Andor fleshes out the Empire in the same way that Star Wars. What was the first comic? First animated series?
Heir to the Empire?
No.
Dark Empire.
No, the one on Cartoon Network.
Oh, Clone Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars Clone Wars fleshes out the prequel universe.
But you know how everything's going to end, and and that's my, like, I understand, because I've made the argument myself. I am not an innocent bystander in terms of that argument. Just because you know how it ends doesn't necessarily mean that the story isn't going to be engaging. Again, Titanic.
That's why I can watch Lord of the Rings over and over again. I know what's going to happen, but that doesn't take away from the journey.
Yeah, it's going to be a boring hike that ends at a volcano.
Look at the toy that Stone Racket's showing us.
That's an amazing. Did you get that? Is that yours? Do you own it?
It is mine.
Oh my stars!
I can't believe you could break it down so much.
And to get this all to light up, you need a Type C USB cord with a 5-volt
1.21 gigawatt
with a 5-volt power supply.
Oh my God! You have to charge him.
No, he's plugged in.
Oh!
But due to my superior photographic skills, I'm hiding the cord from all of you.
Well, and I have a question.
I like that hollow helmet. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's part of the deluxe version.
Yeah.
And you can see his skull there, and just like in the movie.
Yeah.
And then this is the other head skull.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I love
the detail.
Is there a Hayden Christensen?
Tell you, one of my favorite Vader fan
movies,
fan shorts that I ever saw was Darth Vader versus Batman by Bat in the Sun.
That's not bad.
The production value, the set value, it really sold it. The set value, just the sets and the props and the placement of everything really sold that short for me. It was really good.
Also, just to change the subject real quick, I got a promotion in Starfleet.
Oh, your gold shirt. I need to get. I need to get one of those. It's Christmas and I'm broke. I'm kidding.
That reminds me. Buy me a She-Hulk. But no, the thing is that I wish I had that. Except I want the collar to be black. That would make it my go-to.
But you also need a red shirt.
Yes, I do, because I'm a Scotty.
Yes, you can get the science officer shirt and the engineering or service red shirt.
I honestly think I'd fit better in a blue shirt rather than command, to be quite honest.
Yeah, no, I'm a red shirt, but that's only because I'm a Scotty.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought we had a spider that go in there. Now I see a turtle.
I like turtles.
Toidle.
I like turtles.
It's a great zombie we got here, folks. Kind of looks like
Looks like Battlegon.
Razor from the Turtles movie.
I feel like I need a Master Chief to shoot it.
Or Mario to stomp on it.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to stomp on this one. You have to hit it from below.
Yeah, but it's not red, so it could be survivable. Maybe.
Well, if you hit it with a hammer, maybe it'll flip over.
Can you get like Can you get it to scale Godzilla to fight this thing?
Yeah.
Do you have a Godzilla? Bruce, don't fail me now.
How does he not have a Godzilla?
Several.
This is a dragon head. I've got 5 dragon heads for this dragon that I'm getting ready to paint the base to. And I haven't assembled him yet because I'm going to be assembling him as I paint him, and then like what I'm doing with the spider, paint, then gloss, then assemble, glue, and put them together. He'll be like 24 by 18.
Oh, wow.
And consider that the atypical figure for these games is about that size. So bite size.
Oh, that's cool. Morty. Just in terms of the
yeah,
scale.
scale is important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, this was fun, but I've already got to go pick up my son from school. Oh,
No, make him hitchhike.
No, you know what? Wait a second. My daughter had to stay home from school because she had to stay home.
'Cause she's a pyromaniac and she lit the gym on fire.
No, because she wasn't feeling well this morning, and suddenly she's all better now, running around. But
all right.
But I actually have extra time. I just realized because he gets out of school later.
Well, when do you want to go? Just give us the countdown.
Since I have extra time, let's see.
If you have extra time and you're doing calculations, I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'll be back in a flash.
Yeah, then actually I have to leave it an hour. Hour's notice, everybody.
Hour
Jill,
or 50 minutes?
Don't forget, we need to have the area under the curve before we can confirm that.
The area. Well, okay. Well, okay. I'll.
There's only one person that I know that I can get my
the
math
inner-
jokes,
the-
and that's the
the
mathematician.
integral.
So
If we need to find the minimum and the maximum of the amount of time that I can provide, and we can calculate this.
you're the only one here that gets my math jokes because you're the mathematician, so I have to.
And that's one of the things I want to do for our members is just start doing random math equations and just upload them. It sounds stupid, but
At least you're the only mathematician that I know. There might be some closet mathematicians here, but nobody spoke.
Oh, definitely. There are more people who have taken calculus than want to admit it.
Calculus ends up being the more simple process. It kind of like makes a lot of these algebraic things that we had to do in high school redundant. Truly.
Yeah, definitely.
You should teach calculus first, I guess.
Yeah, calculus is the building blocks of everything, the prerequisites for everything I want to learn, or also physics, and just the basic physics class, physics 1 and 2. I got lost, and so that's all you need to. I think I'm gonna go for trying to learn, because I was trying to figure out what to learn just for fun, and I was thinking between astrophysics and quantum physics, and I think I've settled on astrophysics. So at some point I'm gonna try to learn that. Oh, did I? Oh no. Let's see what's going on here. And yeah, I don't know what else is going on. There's nothing else going on in the news. I think hopefully something good will happen. I was hoping, well, since I mentioned Lord of the Rings earlier, I was hoping for one, and y'all were mentioning Warner Brothers and how they used to do great cartoons. I was hoping that the new Lord of the Rings movie was going to be good. The
Everybody was
animated,
that would be good.
and it looks like it is tepid at best from what I hear. And I don't know. I still want to see it for myself because it's still wishy-washy enough where I'm interested. But people have a lot of problems with it, from what I can tell. Unfortunately.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you've been watching lately that you like, Max? What's going on?
I have not. I haven't been watching anything new, so that's I have to. It's like, yeah, I've gotten a bunch of recommendations, some written down somewhere, and I want to get caught up on Cobra Kai, the last season.
Oh, I haven't watched any of that. Cobra
Yeah,
Kai.
I recently watched Tulsa King, second season.
Have you seen Cinema Gulp's review on Cobra Kai? He's been doing
Not
reviews
yet.
on that. Those are good. Those are probably good.
DJ with the picture of Booger.
Well, you guys started talking all that nerd math stuff, so I figured I needed to be that guy. Somebody's got to, belch
now Wes
fart.
Cagel's gonna become ogre. He's gonna take True Lane off there and become ogre.
Oh no! You talk math, and then I'm done. I mean, it took me freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year to pass algebra. So,
Wes, you and I are brothers from another mother for sure. Like I have an equally sorrowful tale to tell, man. I graduated high school in Iowa in the late '80s, and we only had to have 2 years of math. So I took basic math my freshman year, failed algebra my sophomore and my junior years. So facing like every other thing on my report card's an A, right? I had 29 on the ACT, but I got like a 12 on the math sub. So I'm just like, I'm kicking my ass. They have business math. This is dumb math. I'm sorry to anybody else who had to take it, but like I was one of the dumb-dumbs, right? So this is where you learn. It's like an application of practical math that the likes of which I had not seen previously in all of my school experience. They taught us how to keep a checkbook, how to write out checks, how to balance a monthly budget, and that sort of stuff. So it really was practical and useful. And I was at this.
Sounds like something everybody should have.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Guys,
And
I just got a confirmation. YouTube is adding an option for voice replies to comments.
Interesting.
I like that idea because I could just like do like any kind of impersonation or clip whenever I want to for anybody that sends a super thanks or something. Jump on that.
But don't we already use our voice to reply to comments? I don't understand. Like
no comments to videos, not chats.
Oh. Oh, neat.
You can record a small clip. Oh boy.
I love that. That's so fun. But I'm sorry, I interrupted your story about.
Sorry, I apologize. I'll shut up too.
Oh, you're good, man.
Taking business math.
Right. So my senior year, that's how I passed and graduated high school, was taking that business math class. So I get to university and that was the minimum that the state university required. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm in like Flint. I got it. I'm there. So I decided, well, maybe I just needed to be around other people, different environment. Maybe it was the teacher I didn't like in high school because small high school thing. So I take it. I'm failing it. I'm failing it by midterm. I'm just like, oh, fuck it. So I dropped it there. I decided to just like bypass anything mathematic in that department, at least for another year. So then the summer of my sophomore year, I'm like, okay, well, I'm still going to need this damn class. They're considering it to be core now. And so I take it at a community college and I failed it. So to that point, I'd taken it 3 times now, and I had dumped it once and was failing it and had failed
Which
it already.
math was it? Which math did you?
This is
were you-
algebra. This is just algebra. So then the following summer, I have a friend of mine take the tests for me at a community college, and I tell him, you can't pass it like flying colors kind of thing. So we get a C. The C does not transfer. I did not know this at the time. So I go at it one more time, and I got to staring at the final, and my quiz scores and a bunch of other stuff meant that I was going to fail it again. So I ditched it another time. As it ends up, I still haven't passed algebra, and I've taken it 6 or 7 times and had one other person complete it successfully for me.
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. It was 3 years, but they have failed it the first year, and then they have what's called Algebra 1A and 1B, where they break it up over 2 years for dummies like me. So we needed 3 years of math, so I actually got 2 of my years just on algebra. And then when I got to geometry senior year, that was so easy. It was, I got to sleep in the class, although the teacher threatened to fail me for sleeping in the class. But I told her, I said, well, between the 2 algebras and the basic computer language that I took that was considered a math, I told her, I said, I could care less if you fail me. I don't need this class.
I had geometry in my
Oh, God.
freshman year.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I had some
that's-
freshmen in my geometry class with me.
That's when I had geometry. It was in 9th grade or freshman year, and in high school, even though math was my worst subject, I took what they called analytic geometry, which is pre-calculus. That's as far as I got. But it really depends on the teacher. I found, because I failed algebra because because of a certain teacher, and I went to summer school and made up for it. And then when I took trigonometry, that's the best grade I got in math.
Oh, nice.
And
So
because
you're good with the sines and the cosines.
yeah,
and
because the
unit
teacher
circle.
and also the teacher was the best teacher for math, I thought, and I at least in high school compared to the other 2 teachers I had for math, he was definitely the best, and I got a B, and that was the highest grade I got. Usually, I'm just a C student in math, but I got a B in trigonometry.
Trigonometry is essentially is pre-calculus. It's
Well, in my senior year they had analytic geometry, and the same teacher that taught trig taught that, but I didn't get. I just got a C. Math is my worst subject, and I hate story problems. And that's the thing that really tripped me up in algebra was those stinking story problems.
Right, and then they add extraneous information that you don't need, and you're supposed to be able to know what to throw away.
It's basically
Those were the only.
Basically, if I have the formula, no problem. But if I have to apply it or mix it around with information and in a paragraph of story, it's like can't do it.
I can remember everyone groaning of story problems things. Those were the only ones I got right, or that I actually tried to get right, even because they provided context for me. When I was just looking at numbers, it's the foreign language that I couldn't ever understand, sort of thing. But in context, I'm like, okay. And sometimes I make little pictures. Like I would actually draw Johnny on one side, Susie on the other, and their trains moving toward each other. Anything I could do to visualize would help me out. But otherwise, it was it was a nightmare of symbols. I didn't like numbers anyway, and I forever had this philosophical argument with people about numbers not being the existence of that there is nothing less than 0. And if you take that back to that way I passed high school math, you think that I'd have figured that out by now by keeping a checkbook, which I can do. But I have a problem with there being something less than 0. I don't believe that there is.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen Standard Delivery? You gotta dig the hole.
What the concept of something being less than 0 is paradoxical to me. 0 is supposed to be an expression of nothing. which is the only difference between nothing and at all. So 0 is actually like just
It's the
like
other
a
side
notch
of the
above.
number line.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're in a negative universe. Oh no.
Oh, jeez, Rick, what do we do? We get the fuck out of here, Morty. That's what we do.
Yeah, it's basically
1.21
gigaruts. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Doc. What the hell is a gigawatt?
So, Jill, when are you going to do Stand and Deliver?
Oh, sometime next year, I think. I should.
Jill, have you done The Last Starfighter as of yet?
We are doing it for my birthday.
Oh,
Okay.
when is your
Oh,
birthday,
yeah.
by the way, Scotty?
What, Scotty, when's your birthday?
January 10th.
January 10th?
Wait,
It's going to be
wait.
a Friday.
Is
And you're going to do
January 10th?
Sorry, what?
Is your birthday January 10th?
Yes, sir.
Ha! I'm turning 50 on that day as well.
Hey, birthday twinsies.
Yep.
It's exciting. But
Max.
also, I wanna let Max get
Yeah.
out of here. He says he wants to go.
So
Thank you so much for being here.
I got some errands I got to run, and
Well, Max, I hope to see you tonight, buddy.
all right, I will. I'll be there. I will stop by. Send me a link.
All right, we'll do.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Max.
All right,
You're welcome.
no problem. See y'all
Real
later.
easy, man.
Take care.
Drama King.
Were
No,
you
I
waiting
did.
for him
No,
to
I'm
leave
very
so you
thankful.
could
I
say
am
that
so
this whole
thankful.
time?
No,
Max.
he said it to me first. He said it to me first in the chat.
And I'm
and
so
yeah.
very thankful for him. I mean, he really pulled a lot of people together with that GoFundMe, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it happened during my live stream, and Max was like, I gotta do something, and he did. So thanks to him.
But Tony, yeah,
And for
no, I
being the
saw-
first person that I've ever had send follow-up messages as like admin for a GoFundMe, like that, I didn't even know that even existed. So I need to actually throw.
Well, I
you know,
wanted to
toss-
make sure that I was in constant communication because
But it was just
I
like so
still have a
rad, man.
lawsuit.
Like
Yeah.
right on. But I still want to pass on some props to Max. I need to remind myself to do it when I have the opportunity to do it in person, or at least make sure he hears it. Because like following up on something like that, not only what Jill points out that he decided to take action and did, but then, like I'm saying, for the 5th fucking time now, he followed up and sent out messages, you know, through the GoFundMe. And I've never experienced that before. So definite tip of the cap for that cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. Yeah, when you donate to something, it is good to get an update, and that was provided.
But in relation to what you just said, Tony, yeah, no, I saw there's a new review on Red Letter Media, and they are it's what's it? It's The Wizard and I forget. It's like none of the mainstays. No Rich, no Jay, no Mike.
Josh and Tim.
Josh and Tim, and I love those guys. They're great.
Josh and Tim, I don't know those guys.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to check it out. But it's so funny because Jill, you and I, we decided like a month ago, and I was, you know, out of my head, out of my mind. How could I have been so blind? And I said, I want to do The Last Starfighter on my birthday, and because last year we did a bad movie, this year we have to do a good movie.
Yeah.
And I was like,
For
I
your
want to do
birthday.
I want to do The Last Starfighter. And yeah. And so, but they did the review, but I'm really looking forward to talking about The Last Starfighter with you guys on my
Well, definitely. Yeah. Well, they've done a lot of things, Red Letter Media, and that's good. And okay, I do kind of recognize these people. Just I don't remember their names. Josh and Tim.
Well, and the intro to it is great. It's the intro is like, what are we doing here? How did I get in? So if you are a fan of Red Letter Media, I recommend, hey, bunch of people who know what they're talking about when it comes to movies. With one of my favorite movies. Like I have the Blu-ray. Jill,
Well,
you don't have to buy me the
I'll watch it
Blu-ray.
next year. Oh,
Yeah,
good
watch it
news.
next year.
Yeah,
Are you
watch it
talking
next
about
year.
a
I-
Blu-ray of Last Starfighter?
Yeah.
They have it on 4K. Did you know that?
Yeah, but I don't have a 4K player, nor am I interested
Oh.
in upgrading again. Like I know, no, Stone Racket. I don't mean to be disparaging. I know you're a physical media guy, but I don't like. I'm okay with Blu-rays and DVDs. I don't have to get a whole 4K thing going on.
Yeah, the Blu-ray is from Arrow. You have that from Arrow?
I don't think I have it from Arrow. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to go check.
Yeah, that's an awesome Blu-ray. So
All right, I'll go check.
no arguments there. You know, Blu-ray is awesome.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
and
and
that's
then
yeah.
if you have a system that you know, like when you watch your DVDs and it upscales, some of the players that can upscale makes the DVD
I
look
love
so much better.
upscales.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Well, it's good. It's good.
Mhm. Yeah, The Last
And-
Starfighter, let's see, you were what, 6 years old when you saw that in the theater?
Oh, I didn't see it in the theater. I think I saw it on VHS in like
Oh,
I was
dear.
probably like 8 when I saw it.
Yeah, it's yeah, I got to see that in the theater. That was a fun movie.
Yeah, I wasn't born yet when the movie came out, but so it's gonna be something new for me watching it next
Yay.
year.
Oh,
Wow,
Golden
good
Cod is in it, Jill.
But
One of the original keepers from The Cage is in it. It's got so many Star Trek connections.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Keeper, you got it in the trailer park. But
She's like the grandma.
Yeah, she's a grandma. Yeah, yeah. And then of course my favorite, the favorite thing for me is Robert Preston. He's basically Harold Hill, the intergalactic Harold Hill.
We got trouble right
we got
here in
trouble.
River City.
With a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
Yeah, that was my
I love
father's favorite musical.
You know what? I just picked that up at a thrift store and I watched it and I was beaming the entire time.
Yeah, it's written by an Iowan about Iowa, so it's
nice.
I love that movie because it feels like a more concise telling of Star Wars, New Hope.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's
and
really
again,
cool.
going back to Superman, just
Oh,
briefly.
okay.
I like Superman the movie. I think better than I like Star Wars.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Why?
The reason why is because I get so bored on Tatooine.
Okay, that's
Do
fair.
you hate sand?
It's
Is it coarse and it
it's
gets
rough,
everywhere?
It gets everywhere.
It gets
Can I kiss you,
everywhere.
Natalie Portman? You make me uncomfortable. That's fair.
I don't know how he didn't get an Oscar for that role.
I don't know how he didn't steal an Oscar. No, but I just think the pacing of Superman is so good, so amazing. And then you watch the original Star Wars, and I'm like, can we get off this fucking planet?
Well, I think Star Wars has good pacing. I think it moves right along, but
Again, personal preference.
but yeah, it's just, I mean, the Superman movie is so awesome. So it's
Well, what's
Are we talking about the same Superman movie? Are we talking about the Chris Reeves version?
Yep.
One?
Yeah.
The first.
How is this? Okay, you guys are going to have to educate me on how it is you hold it in such high esteem. Then I did admit earlier to having seen it in the movie theater, though, so I did see it. I've seen it more than once, technically. So
Sure.
please convince me.
Oh,
What?
we can't convince you. I mean, if you're set,
No.
you know, your opinion. I mean, that's fine. I mean, if it doesn't,
No, I just
you know,
I'm kidding more. That's in jest, and I'm amused more by myself than I am creating that for anybody else in this. I never saw. I didn't see the appeal when I was a kid when it should have appealed to me most. I don't
Oh,
see it now.
gosh.
So I was just trying to like start the
Yeah,
conversation by like, what makes it good
Okay.
for you guys?
Well, it's the thing is, I grew up with the George Reeves television show, and I my local channel only had the first 2 seasons for some reason of the George Reeves, and that was where it had more of an edge to it. It was produced by a guy that did crime drama on the radio, and then when it came to the Batman series, I just didn't really take to that because I didn't like the way they were ridiculing the whole, it was just a parody, and I wanted more of a serious approach. And Superman was my favorite superhero. And so when the Chris Reeves movie came out, I mean, Christopher Reeve, just perfect casting for that role. And they just captured the essence of Superman so well in that film, and also had a little fun with it too. And the humor really works well in the Metropolis part of the movie. I don't know. I really liked. It's not a perfect film.
Yes, it is.
Oh well, for Scotty, it's a perfect film, but there's some issues with the whole
Otisburg.
Otisburg. The fact that Lex Luthor has 2 dolts as sidekicks.
Hey, Miss Tessmacher is an okay chick.
Yeah, she's okay, but she's kind of anyway. Otis, that's kind of a stumbling block for a lot of people, a lot of comic book nerds. But
Tessmacher does have 2 good assets, though.
She does, and also in addition to her 2 good assets,
her eyes. Her eyes, yeah. Mm-hmm. But and then her line when after she kisses Superman, she's like, "Why can't I get it on with the good guys?"
Yeah, but
I like that line.
I do too.
It's just hilarious.
Why did you do that? Because I didn't think you would do it if you were awake.
Because why'd you do that? And she goes, "Because I didn't think you'd let me."
Yeah,
it's like, so she did it while he was vulnerable still to the kryptonite.
Well, and speaking to what you said earlier, Stone Racket, is that you say it's 3. I think it's 4 movies in one. Is that you do get Krypton, which I love.
Yeah.
And then you get Smallville, which that's probably the lull. That's your Tatooine. And then you get to Metropolis, and that's when we really get into Chris Reeve playing Clark more than he's playing Superman. And then the rest of the movie is just full tilt boogie towards Superman versus Lex. And I love every escalation, and I do enjoy the lull, because in terms of comparison between Superman and Star Wars, you get the initial, you're following the droids from Tantive 4 and then going to Tatooine. And that's everything just grinds to a halt in my mind. And then when we meet Han and we move forward, it's like, okay, now the movie's starting again. But with Superman, like, we blow up a planet in the first 20 minutes, 10 minutes even. And it just progresses perfectly. And the rewinding time by switching the rotation of the Earth. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. But then again, in Star Wars, you blow up a planet,
have
and
a
that's
theory
fine.
behind that.
Well, yeah, he doesn't.
Visual
rewinds.
representation of time going back.
Yeah,
it's not traveling faster than the speed of light.
He's it's not reversing the rotation. He's causing a time loop, and we see the planet go in reverse like we would a movie, going in reverse. But
he's traveling faster than the speed of light. That's why the Earth seemingly is going backwards, because if the Earth just stopped rotating physically, obviously nobody would survive it.
Right.
So it's a visual representation. It's not literal.
Well, aren't we being literal about it's suspension of disbelief, and that's where it is fucking fiction, yo. Like, there is a certain point.
I'm not saying it to be
no, you just said it.
No, Scotty, calm down. He was
I can't calm down
as a way to explain why it works.
Hey, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
in the film proper, not the intro with the
Yes.
comic book, but in the film proper, what is the first line in Superman?
I think it says in 1938.
No, the first spoken line in Superman, the film
Well, it's
proper.
the kid flipping.
Well, no, I just said not in the
Oh,
intro.
no.
with the
Okay,
comic
so
book.
all right, so it is Marlon Brando as Jor-El saying, "I am not one," and I'm paraphrasing. "I am not one. This is not fantasy. This is reality."
This is no fantasy. Yeah, it's like,
Yes.
and I'm like, what a great opening line, because that's the movie. It's a fantasy. It's like,
Well, and also
this
it's
is
by
no
the same-
fantasy. It's like,
It's the same director who made Lethal Weapon.
right, Richard Donner.
Yeah. Like I just in my regard, and having watched Star Wars and Superman many times, in my 47th year of existence, when I think of a movie that I want to watch that brings me back to my childhood, Superman is higher on the list, just because it does make me feel the emotions that I felt as a kid. Whereas with Star Wars, I watch it, and then because of the way that Star Wars has been produced throughout the years, it's like, okay, so does that fit with that? And does that fit with that? Does that fit with that? But the mythology of Superman, which I do think is a mythological figure, I adore him far more. I connect with the story. Well, I connect with that story, not his story, that story, much more than I do with Star Wars.
So what? How old were you when you first saw Star Wars? And I'm assuming you saw Superman the movie before you saw Star Wars, right? As a
No,
child?
Star Wars was the first movie that I ever saw in a movie theater.
Oh, cool.
I only remember two things, and that was the Tusken Raiders going like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, like
and
that.
then the Cantina. But
Yeah.
but
Dude, the
that
Cantina,
was
man.
the first movie that my dad took me to. We were living in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada at the time. And I remember we were in a mall. You had to go down an escalator to get into the movie theater. And we watched it, and that was like a bonding moment. But that is definitely the first movie that I ever remember seeing.
Uh-huh.
And Superman, I have vague memories of seeing it at the drive-in, but I don't think I did. I think the first time that I ever actually saw it was when it was the 2-part ABC movie of the week, and they played the first half on like the Sunday and the second half on the Monday.
Yeah, and they had added footage too.
Yeah. And so like both of those movies hold high regard. Like, so I'm not saying that I dislike Star Wars. I'm just saying, if I had to put two of my favorite childhood movie experiences side by side, I would say Superman is higher.
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Now I understand a lot better. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah. Speaking of the 2-part television presentation of Superman, do you have the Warner Archive Blu-ray of that version of Superman, the 3-hour version?
No, I do
because
not.
Because that is available, which is awesome. It has all the extra
Holy.
footage, and it's from an interpositive, but it still looks really good on Blu-ray.
But Warner Archive does it?
Yeah, I think it's on the Warner Archive label, the Blu-ray label, and I got that. Yeah, I got that
Is
a number
Bruce
of years
making
ago.
tea?
I'm
sorry.
making hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Okay.
Yeah, I got that particular edition for two of my siblings who are diehard Superman fans.
It's
Did you ever see? Did you guys ever see the Donner cut for Superman 2?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I've got that on Blu-ray. You got it.
Me too.
is it? What sell me on it? What is different about that?
The big thing for me for the Donner cut is it restores Jor-El, Marlon Brando's Jor-El to the movie. And the only thing I didn't like about it is that unfortunately Tom Mankiewicz, to the archivist that was responsible for most of the restoration of the Donner cut, the archivist or the producer of the restoration wanted to keep the Lester ending where it's Superman gives Lois the super kiss that makes her forget that she knows who, his secret identity. And they had to reuse the, put the time warp
Reversing
around the
time.
globe. Yeah, reversing time. And that was like, no, come on. The super kiss is in the comic books. He should have just said, screw Tom Mankiewicz and what he wants. I'm going to put this in.
Well, but it's interesting because it was supposed to be a two-parter to begin with, and so because they didn't have an ending to Superman 1, they decided to put in the time travel at the end of Superman 1.
That is true, but to use it twice, it's like that's my big beef.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks about the Donner cut is that they use the time warp again.
But you're right. That was the original ending of part 2. So that's why they have that footage, because it's not the same as in part 1.
So, and in terms of selling you on the Donner cut of Superman 2, the thing when Richard Lester came in, he made things a lot more comedic, and he did have like people being like General Zod uses his super breath, and then a guy on roller skates flies backwards through the streets of Metropolis being like, what is going on? It becomes much more goofy and hammy. And it's, when I saw it originally, when I saw I saw Superman 2 in the drive-in. But like it doesn't have the same weight. It does make it much more like Batman 66. And when you watch the Donner cut gives it, and I wouldn't say it makes it darker, but it does give the entire story more weight. And then again, with the reincorporation of Jor-El as opposed to Superman's mom, I forget her name.
Lara.
That's
Lara.
her.
Yeah.
And
The big thing with me, I agree, is that the Donner cut gets rid of the Lester idiocy from the original theatrical version.
DJ,
in my opinion.
But yeah, so there are Blu-ray sets, and I'm sure you can get it. Also, the 3-hour cut is available at archive.org if you want to watch it.
I've been wanting to watch that, and I haven't seen the Donner cut yet. I've got the other 4. Superman 4 is the biggest abomination of a superhero movie I've ever seen to this day. It's the worst. I don't know what possessed Canon Films to say we got to do this, but it's a tragedy. But the good thing is that there was a Morgan Freeman, Christopher Reeve movie. I think it's Street Smarts that was made.
Yes, it is Street Smarts. Yes,
because they did Superman 4. Christopher Reeve put his foot down. Okay, if we're gonna make this turd of a movie, you have to help me make this film. And they're like, done. Give us Superman. And so he did. And he made the worst superhero film I've ever seen. And that's even worse than Supergirl.
Oh, don't go crazy.
Yeah, I saw Supergirl in the theater. I have that on Warner Archive Blu-ray.
Every time I've got a couple of places that I go, not just thrift stores, but I go to an actual like video archive, kind of like it's Southern Ontario Blu-ray physical media store. They have CDs, vinyl, Blu-ray, DVD, video games too. And I go there, and I go and I scan. And one of my favorite things is scanning for shit that I've never seen before. And I'm like, what? I've never seen this. What is this guy doing in this movie? And I pick it up for like $5. Or if it's Gene Hackman, 12. And and I did see, like, I continually see Supergirl. And the worst thing is that I remember seeing Supergirl for the first time and being like, this is boring. And so I cannot bring myself to purchase it. I do not want Supergirl in my collection.
Yeah, I have, like I said, I have the Blu-ray, but unfortunately the director's cut is on DVD, and then the international cut, which is a little shorter, is on Blu-ray. But I just like Helen Slater.
Oh, no argument.
But I'm a toxic male, and I make no apologies.
Why?
You can watch it on mute.
Yeah, just watch it on mute or put on a record like I used to watch Charlie's Angels back in the day. I just turn the sound down and put on a record and watch Charlie's Angels on ABC.
Dark Side of the Moon and some Baby.
Oh, there you go.
Let's have a ditty party.
Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of
Oh
Oz.
no. Not good. Don't make those jokes.
What? Have we met?
Yeah, but you haven't made that joke, and I want to cut it now before it gets repeated on, on my channel, like, not just for members.
It's a member stream. It's an OnlyFans.
No, it's not an
Coming soon, Jill's Only Feet.
No, see.
Yeah,
see,
let's get Jill's feet on camera.
This is okay. See, these things are not happening.
Okay. Are you ashamed of your feet, Jill? Tell me about it.
We love you, Jill.
I just don't want to go down that road, you know what I mean?
Let's let that sand
Jill
slip between your toes.
I want Jill on camera with her Star Trek stuff. Yeah.
That I could do.
That right there is worth a lot. Honest to goodness, geek girl, enjoying her geekery. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
you
yeah, I
got
have
it.
a new calendar for next year.
Excellent.
You got it?
You're making a calendar for us?
No.
Oh.
What is she, a firefighter?
What? A
No.
Jill calendar.
No, not that kind of calendar. No, it's
I love
unfortunate.
my cat.
It's a Voyager calendar from 1997. I went for Voyager this year.
I'm looking forward.
Oh my god!
I'm going to be very upset with the Kazon month.
I was very excited that she was going to have her own calendar.
Okay, if I ever do something like that, you and Matt G will be the first people to know about it.
Hey.
Yeah, for some reason, when you guys mentioned DS9, for some reason, I went into TNG mode, and the Kardashians. My dad was flipping through the channels, and he stopped on Star Trek: The Next Generation, and it was Picard talking with one of the Kardashian, and my dad
Kardashian is someone who has had a sex tape.
Yeah, the Kardashians. Excuse me.
I enjoyed the mispronunciation.
I'm not a Okay, well, forget it then. That's fine.
No, please continue. I didn't. Anyway, you were saying the Kardashians.
Star Trek, and he's intrigued by the Kardashians. What happened next?
Kardashians.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyway, my dad just stopped and he goes, "Well, isn't he precious?" And I had to explain to my dad real quick what was going on, but then he changed the channel. But anyway, that was when TNG was in repeats on our local channel. But,
man, I love the Kardashians.
Kardashians, yeah, I got to remember that. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's a common mispronunciation.
It's okay. One
But
of my
I,
best
like,
friends.
No, but it's been exploited though in a convention. If you go to the conventions, there are some people who do mashups between
yeah, but
Kardashians and Kardashians.
this is also why I'm a Star Trek furry, is that I prefer women dressed up in Star Trek costumes.
Well,
I think that's how we became friends, Jill.
is that what happened?
That's what
when I
happened.
saw Jill give the Vulcan salute, I was happy.
I was sold.
Yep.
Well, see, what's going on is, okay, so I have the Star Trek Voyager for 1997 for next year, and that's.
Is it still sealed?
It's sort of there's plastic.
Is there a
over it.
plastic wrapper?
I'm not going to open it until January.
Is there still the cardboard in it that makes it sit on the rack?
Yes.
Oh my stars! What a collector's item! I can't wait until you open it.
The reason why I have a calendar from 1997 is because it matches exactly with the calendar for 2025.
Yes.
That was going to be my question. So,
Yeah.
tell me how to compute the math on that one, Jill.
Oh, I can't. It just all the days will match perfectly.
Yeah. What
for
day?
both years. And that happens for lots of years.
What day is New Year's Day? Like, what day of the week is New Year's Day?
What day of the week is New Year's?
In 2025.
Would it be
Wednesday.
multiples of 7 or something to get that to reproduce? That's kind of what my question is.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That that would be a good question because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know
you
the
have
math
the
on that,
leap years, which fuck up everything.
Mm-hmm. And then also I have the desk calendar, which I'm more excited about because it has all of Star Trek up to 1997. Mini, and it also says many rare and never before seen photographs. So that'll be fun to see if these really are that rare.
Well, I'm looking forward to Cass.
Well, yeah, you'll get Cass from the Voyager calendar.
Tell you what, Bruce, after I get financially back on my feet, I might requisition your painting skills for some of the model sets that I'm working on.
Okay.
Definitely keep you in mind for that.
Get
I'm watching you work, and you're quick at what would take me a lot longer to get right. You're just like brushing over it, dude. And I'm just like,
I'm just
Bruce is an artist.
You've done it so much, it's second nature. Not me. I take my time with my stuff because I'm still new to it and want to make sure it looks perfect.
These are for a game stream on Saturdays, so it could look a little wrong in person, but when the camera's 3 to 4 foot away and it's on a table with other miniatures, you're not going to notice.
Right.
That's the special effects of it. It's just like
I don't know if you've seen some of my work. I gotta pull up my OBS. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm working. I got it. I think so anyway. So we got that one there.
Wes Cagle says, Wes Cagle's got to go.
Yeah, I got things I gotta take care of. I'll
Wes, I hope to see you tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I'll try to stop in at some point. I got a lot of shit.
I know, buddy.
A lot of stuff I gotta get done today. I'll be by.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Wes Cagle. Is there anything you want to share before you go? Because
No, not at all. Not at all. It was just just a lot of fun being here. That's all.
Yeah, it was. Thank you, and it was good to have you.
Yeah.
And this is good. This is a good stopping point. Actually, I do have to go myself.
Let me show Bruce the most active model I got here. It's on my screen now.
Okay. Okay, I'll share it in just a minute. As soon
Okay,
as SK Goal has
All right. Later on,
gotta
guys.
say, see you
Be well,
later.
Mr. Gable.
Amen. Go easy.
Later on.
Yeah, have a good rest of your day. See you around.
See you,
All right.
West Eagle.
Later
Take
on.
care now.
Take care.
Wait. Oh, I thought you were gonna share something.
Yeah, it's my camera.
Oh, that's okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, just make me big. I mean, you can see there, Bruce.
Looks very nice.
Yeah.
Looks all right.
I like the little stickers. Those
Big
are-
man with a suit of iron. Take off the suit, and what are you?
That set is about 13 to 14 inches in length. And there is
That's
some
nice.
video edits to it, of course, like with the active screen there on the computer console at the very far right.
Did you make that yourself?
Huh?
Did you
Yes.
make that yourself?
Yes, this is one of my assemblies. I have multiple assemblies.
Delightful. That's not
Yeah.
a GIF. That's an actual factual.
That's that. Yeah, hold on. Here, I'll show you some of the. This is what happens when the art gets hot. It's the same set, just hot, as if it's overloading.
Yeah, but the sparks.
Yeah, and the sparks are obviously in post, but yeah.
But yeah, fair enough.
And then this is a drillscape underneath Nuke York.
Nice.
Yeah. Crash DeLorean.
Oh, that's what you were talking about earlier. I had no idea.
Yeah, so I dabble. I'm inspired by the greats like Gary Ambrosia, who did this for a living. So I see some of his work, and I'm like, I have a bunch of stuff lying around. I could probably do something similar. Nowhere near as good in quality, but sure.
Wait. Is Mr. Ambrosia? He's still with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The way you said it at first, like, wait.
No. I just haven't talked to Gary in a minute. No,
He did.
I'm just
No, don't even say that, Scotty.
Don't say that. Not about Gary, dude. No.
Oh, come on. We make jokes about the darker stuff. It's fun. But also, I want to give big shout out to Mark D with a C, who gave me Jill was so kind as to commission it for me. I have a Ziggy hand link from Quantum Leap. It's amazing.
And we've already been hearing it throughout the member stream that Tony is having a welcome home party on his channel in 2 hours, in 3 hours. Housewarming. Yeah. Manic Monday housewarming party.
It's just like a Stark party, but obviously there's a bit of a sentimental with this one, so
yeah,
Ain't
it'll
no
be
party
good.
like an S Club party.
And you've got your Ziggy, so we'll be safe as we're leaping through time.
Well, Sam never got home.
Yeah, I said safe. I didn't say home.
All right. But yeah. Thanks everybody. This is so fun to be able to hang out and be part of this. Just hang out and talk about stuff we love. It's great.
Yeah. This was really good, and I enjoyed it.
Jill, are you still playing?
I appreciate you guys hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Are you still playing through first-person shooters like Doom?
Oh, I haven't played Doom in a while.
Are you looking for a first-person shooter thing? Because I'm gonna
not
be
really.
GZ Doom stuff in the future.
Dude, shut up. We've been waiting for you to continue with Fallout. So we're taking a break from Fallout until you can return.
What part of I've returned have you not seen?
All
I
right,
guess we
well,
don't have to
that's
take a
good
break
news.
then.
That's good news.
Awesome. I like Fallout. I like the original Fallout quite a bit.
That's what we've been doing, and it's been great.
How about the 28th? What are you doing on New
28th?
Year's? I don't know if I'm doing.
I don't know if I'm doing any. I know I'm doing something on the 29th, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's right. Hangar 18, I think, is the 29th. I think.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it, but if
I'm
I'll
going
let
to be
you know.
busy. I'm going to be busy
after
on the
Christmas.
37th.
Of Farember?
Farember. Yes.
It was the 13th hour of the 13th month of the 13th.
I'm juggling
Farember weather.
Because if you aren't really enjoying Doom too much, Jill, what I would recommend is the new game called Sulaco.
Ooh.
Sulaco. It's not that I wasn't enjoying Doom. It was that Scotty wasn't enjoying Doom. He was like, "This is boring." And
No, that's not fair.
that's exactly your words verbatim.
Okay. And this is a big shout out to Cardinal Sin. Long live his soul. Is that we all got frustrated with the Doom because Cardinal Sin was like, turn left, turn right.
No, I
shoot
wasn't
that,
frustrated.
get
I was
that.
having fun.
I got frustrated.
Okay.
Well,
and saying you were bored, you're being nice. But anyway,
Bruce, I will say this much: I do plan on doing a playthrough of Brutal Doom.
Brutal Doom's okay, but I'm just going to tell you that Brutal Doom's good. The Aliens WAD of Doom is great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
There's a whole bunch of stuff on the new Doom 20 or 30th anniversary re-release that they just put out a couple months ago. They've got a bunch of stuff for Doom that's already included on the Steam and other releases. If you play it on Xbox or PS5, whatever it is, there's a bunch of other mods you can play.
Yeah, they're adding Plutonia and
I would love to play the Aliens Doom WAD on
it's
a modern.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
well, and I'm glad you mentioned all this, Bruce, because that is the question I should be asking as we're stepping out: is if anybody has any suggestions for the channel or any anything else you want to add before we leave.
Leisure
And,
Suit Larry
I'm
3.
Okay, so
Passionate
that's
Patty in the land of the pulsating
and
pectorals.
I think you're speaking for Wes Cagle there. Thank you, Scotty.
The only reason why I criticize the new Doom release is that they still don't have it to where I can play it with mouse and keyboard. It's all controller, and I don't play first person shooters with controllers, so I'm just kind of patiently waiting where somebody will release a config pack that I can use a mouse and keyboard with it. But in the interim, there is a new game out called Sulaco, which uses the GZ Doom engine to make the most brutal and fun first-person shooter that's been released in years. And you can play it on various difficulty levels. It's really good. It's got a living, breathing world. When you're fucking around in the first few levels in like your office space in the admin department, like there's a working everything in there works. Like if you take a piece of paper from the ground and put it through the fax machine or copier, you'll get it back fed through the copier or it'll get discharged out the discharge portion of that machine. If you type emails, they'll go out, and later on in the game you'll get replies. You do things and it all works. Like the soda machines work. Everything in that game is meant to reinforce the living, breathing nature of the world that you're in, not including the part where when you actually go out and fight the bad guys, like they react and try to counter step everything you do to where you are no longer charging forward, but you're retreating on the balls of your feet and trying to make sure you don't get outflanked.
They're more intelligent.
Oh, it is so good. It is so good.
More intelligent.
And like
enemies.
if you're just bored of Doom, Doom is good, but Sulaco is like a modern chef's kiss for the masses. and it's very good. You'll die a lot. It's okay. We all do.
Yeah, and I die more than most, but people, they'll still turn in, so I don't mind.
I recognize
right,
you're not
turn
a pro
left.
gamer.
Well, all I know is I do plan on tackling Doom pretty hard as part of the Harm Room Gaming series. Not just with Brutal Doom, but I definitely want to poke at some of the classics like My House. I want to go through My House. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. My House is seriously one of the best
fun.
psychological thriller Doom megawad, and it's 3 maps in one. The guy that designed this thing he broke the engine, because there's things that happen in My House that make no sense.
Whose house?
And it is
Mine.
by far and large one of my favorite wads ever.
Oh. And so, Bruce, is there anything else that you want to add before we head out today?
If you like Pathfinder First Edition, if you want to hear your players argue, if you want to hear a stream where there's players arguing in the background about various rules and callings and spell ranges, and the dungeon master is right, and he's like, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" And they're like, "Yes." And things happen, and players get foiled. It's because I'm running a 16th level Pathfinder campaign now. After 4 years of running, they're getting ready to go into the final 8-month stretch where they should be about 20th, 21st level when we end at about the midpoint of summer. But the players are trying to bring down a flying castle that's crewed by storm giants and stone giants. And their homeland is being bombarded by these giants as they float above the land, and the players are doing their best to foil this, but really their efforts, they need to turn on their thinking brain and stop using the "I want to hack everything apart" brain. No, let's think for a moment. Come on. And I hope they do well. That'll be on Saturday and every other Saturday henceforth until they finish this campaign.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a good. That sounds like a really good campaign. Sounds exciting.
It's only 4 years old,
and well, if it's finally getting to the end game, that's fun. All you got to do is bring down that castle. That doesn't sound too hard.
Good luck.
And Stone Racket, what about?
Sorry.
Oh, did you have something you wanted to add?
I'll wait
Scotty?
until after Stone Racket is finished.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk to Stone Racket.
I have no clue what all of you have been talking about. If you're not talking about classic films or classic TV, I'm totally lost. But yeah, I don't have anything going on. But Jill, what's the update on your Twilight Zone reviews?
I still want to do it. I want to have my first stream on Wednesday. And
this Wednesday?
All subsequent Tuesdays afterwards. Yes.
And if she doesn't make it for noon, I'll call her and wake her up.
Yeah, I was just wondering because of your voice. I wasn't sure if you're going to do one this week, but
I think it'll be back. I think it'll be back by Wednesday.
So you're going to be doing your second Twilight Zone stream on Christmas Eve?
No.
Okay, because I won't be able to make it if you're doing one on Christmas Eve day. Okay.
I'm not doing one next week.
Okay, excellent. Well, I look forward to Wednesday for covering Where Is Everybody and The Lonely.
Yeah, thank you.
Are we doing 2 episodes?
Where is everybody?
Are you going to do 2 episodes of stream?
Yes. Yeah, I mean they're 30. They're 30 minutes.
There are 30 million Twilight Zone episodes. You're correct.
Yeah, I know, but these are short. They're half an hour.
Which is rad.
So yes, Wednesday. I want to get it started because there are 30 million Twilight Zone. And I want to thank DJ Play Nice for hanging out today.
Well, I'm going to pass the thanks right back because I wouldn't have had a place to hang out if it wasn't for you hosting. And again, thank you for hosting these. Thank you for hosting them, especially when you're in a condition where you could probably be benefited by some rest instead of hanging out with us. And that says a lot. I appreciate the time you've given us and look forward to more in the future. Everybody be safe, have fun. Take care of your crew. Rock. And I'm out.
Hail Jill.
Hail
you
Jill. Yes.
But also it lifts my spirits also to talk to you guys. So it helps me too.
It is chicken soup for the soul to be with you guys again. That's for sure.
Mhm. And I guess I'll see you guys later. Maybe you'll be at Stark.
Oh wait, just one more. Last but not least.
Oh, I forgot. Scotty,
I am
you had
least.
something.
Last and least.
No, but you were first. Like you were second.
First
Yeah,
and
no, I know.
foremost.
I was gonna be gracious, but then I decided that I was gonna be selfish. So if you could subscribe to Cinema Gulp, we're doing a Christmas movie marathon tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Wednesday. And also, if you want to come and hang out at the Phantasmagorium on Thursday, we're going to be talking about Terminator Rise of the Machines. And then on Friday, we're going to be talking about Man with the Golden Gun. So if you guys want to come and hang out, that's rad.
I want to listen to it because I love Scaramanga.
I love Scaramanga. I love Maud Adams. You know, I'm just a Maud Adams fan. I'm a Maud Adams simp.
What about Britt Eklund?
I love her too, but I'm disappointed that Peter Sellers was inside her.
Britt Eklund and I share the same birthday.
Did you have sex with Peter Sellers?
With Britt, yes. No, Britt Eklund was born
You
on.
never had sex with Britt Eklund.
He's
I
playing
am
with your
joking.
joke.
Well, it's not very
Anyway.
funny because there's no consent there.
Oh, for crying out loud!
I know I'm being a jerk.
He
Anyway,
was
let's
rolling
get out of here.
with he was actually rolling with your joke.
I'm
Anyway,
being a dick. Whatevs.
You
Everybody
are.
knows
anyway,
me.
Elizabeth Shue and Britt Eklund share my birthday. That were the same
Oh, see, I would love to be inside Elizabeth's shoe.
All right.
Don't fuck-
Okay.
I would.
day. Okay, well,
All right.
thank you, Jill. Thank you so much, and you hang in there and get better. And we'll see you Wednesday. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stone Racket, and that's. Thanks for hanging out, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Take care, everybody.
See you, Stone Racket.
Bye bye now.
Chocolate is a serious thing.
I don't know why I wanted to play that.
Yeah, we're all leaving.
Toodaloo! And stuff.
Toodaloo.
Hi.
Jill, I
I'm
hope to
looking
see
for
you
my
later, man.
videos. Yeah,
Hope
there we
to-
go.
I hope to see you, and I hope to see you too, Scott. I'll send you a link, guys.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
I'll do my best. I will. I have. Yes.
Roger
See you
that.
later.
You bet.
Roger.
Learn all that is learnable. And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's go adventure. Let's go explore.